Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on a magnificent Monday night. Welcome back to the Wrestling for Life Network. We are loaded up tonight. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. And we're going to cap off the night with a little bit of WWE RAW. 3+ hours. CM Punk slated to be on the show. Couple big matches and a couple maybe not so big matches. But we're going to talk about all of it, including the wrestling weekend that was and all the rumors and news out there. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is WWE Monday Night Raw. It's going to be a fun one tonight. The 3-hour extravaganza that we get each week is actually really starting to fill up with a lot of talent, a lot of new faces, lots of rumors, lots of stories as we head into the holiday season, which will then turn into WrestleMania season. But me and that pretty face over there are going to run you guys through all the action tonight. So make sure you hit like, subscribe, be a part of the family, and don't forget the super chat, super stickers. And if you really want, be a member. I will remind everybody out there, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that's my buddy Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick. And yeah, it's 3 hours, and normally everybody likes to say that Monday Night Raw has been slow, but we've got CM Punk announcing where he's signing tonight. We've got Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. We've got Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and that's just the scratching the surface on the card.
Wait. You didn't even touch on the big match of the night, the main event, most likely. Maxxine Dupri versus Rhea Ripley. Come on now.
Dupri.
A lady who was once a part of a male modeling agency that never went anywhere, and now she is part of Alpha Academy. She's actually managed to get herself over. I know you're a pretty big fan of the Alpha Academy, and I think you theorized that Alpha Academy JD possibly?
There could be something there. I'm outside of this, there's two ways this match goes for me. It's either it's just another opponent to feed to Rhea just so she has something to do till we get towards Rumble. And I mean, we've also got Becky versus Nia, so that might feel a bit more like a title eliminator / not being called a title eliminator match. So it might just be a placeholder for Rhea, just get her on the show, or it could be end up kind of that feud on feud thing that faction on faction feud that we've seen recently of you get Judgment Day versus Alpha Academy. Again, keeps them busy, keeps them doing something on the road to Rumble.
Tozawa versus JD McFunko Pop. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I mean, Alpha Academy going after the tag titles, they've gotten themselves over.
That's really where I think they would go with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, getting themselves over and actually getting cheers and pops, and Maxxine's kind of getting that hapless, oops, I don't know how to wrestle, but things are going well story.
She's like Lana, just without the cringy promos. Without the weird husband.
No, with weird husband. Which one?
Facts. Right. It's true.
But folks, welcome to the show. Like we said, we're kicking off all the action. We got all your coverage here tonight, and we got about 25 minutes or so before the actual show kicks off. Make sure you get in that chat. Don't be a stranger. Don't be shy. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to get into? And I mean, dude, there's a lot popping off. I don't even know where to begin.
Well, I was going to say, so what do you want to talk about first? Because there's some things that we could talk about that people probably won't like me too much about.
Go.
The whole Mark Briscoe thing.
Holy shit.
That's coming up on a year of his brother passing that we're all still kind of dealing with and everything like that as fans, and let alone this man grieving and all of that. So he took offense to something. So be it. Especially in that wrestling world, I get that. Oh, there's the Cowboys, them boys, all this shit. In the wrestling world, the same company that sat there and said, you know, and did a tribute for Jay Briscoe, acknowledged him passing everything. I could see where Mark would kind of take that a certain way and everything. Now, even he apologized about it. He didn't have to or anything like that.
I wouldn't.
My biggest issue with this is the way people went at Mark for this. You are disgusting human beings if you did that.
100% disgusting. And you're not wrong. Now, the first and foremost, he had every right to kind of be like, wait, what the fuck? Like, if we logged on to something and there was a W4LN, we'd be like, wait a tick, what is happening?
Hey, hold on.
Yeah. And we're small potatoes right now. But no, I mean, Mark had a reason of like, if you have any sense of wrestling, whoever put that up is dumb. But we know whoever's putting it up probably doesn't know any better. And I do know Mark well enough that I believe he was bothered, but it was tongue in cheek. You know, that attitude he usually has of like, really?
Well, even then, that's still them. Like, that's not their gimmick, is them turned up to 11. It's not, you know, they're entirely different human beings off air or anything like that.
Yeah. But
go ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, to your point, though, and one thing I did really like seeing the last couple days, and I think more and more wrestlers need to do it. I think more and more people should do it, is cut off the toxic environment that exists. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. But again, it's 2023. You get an anonymous keyboard champion that can't shut his fucking fingers up. And again, I might not like. So I had a friendly debate, a little bit of a back and forth with our buddy over at Cheap Pop today. We don't agree on Punk, but it's not like, you know, Cheap Pop, you should die, and Wrestling for Life, go F yourself. It is a difference of opinion. Everyone's allowed to bring that to the table. And this constant nonsense of just the most vile, horrible shit that most of these people wouldn't have the balls to say to anybody in person.
You shouldn't even say that to another human being, though. Like, the fact that what some of these people think and put out there and everything. Go touch grass, 100%. Seriously, Twitter has been the best and worst thing. Social media has been the best and worst thing to the human race, because to sit there and expect and almost feel like Mark has to apologize for saying, oh, that guy should be fired. That part, I think, was, like you said, a bit tongue in cheek and everything like that. And even then, he probably did take a bit of offense to it. He's coming up on the year anniversary of his brother passing. Everybody grieves differently. If you want to say that to somebody in real life and not expect them to punch your lights out, don't put it on Twitter.
Yeah, and regardless, I mean, at the end of the day, let's say, you know, the tragedy did not happen, and they, you know, one of them saw that post, you know, it's still, I mean, the premise of it is just ridiculous. You know, they have every right to be like, dude, what the fuck? You know who the dem boys are? Get your head up your ass.
The wrestling sphere as well.
Yeah. Now, beyond that, again, and I 100% get where he's coming from, and I've done it a million times. Like, you see something, it kind of rubs you the wrong way, and you're tongue in cheek, and next thing somebody they snowball it into like, I can't believe this man wanted people fired. He's this, he's that, he did this, he should do that. All his people and his kin should disappear and be vaporized. Like, what are you doing with your lives right now? Like, what is going on in your life that makes you so salty? We saw Maria Kanellis come out about it. Mike Bennett come out about it because of the heat he took. And we've seen it multiple times. Taya Valkyrie was public about people treating her like shit. And I find too often this giant collective of people with no facts, a lot of hearsay, a lot of, well, some podcaster or some fucking guy that calls himself a reporter said this took place like this, so I hate that person. I bet 95% of the people out there that fucking have vile and venom coming out of their fucking system, if they bumped into a guy like Punk, they'd be nothing but thrilled, happy, and nothing but cordial. But, oh, I heard some things. Again, and that's what all this shit is. And it's so ridiculous. But again, as a wrestling fan, I got to justify those assholes. Oh, you're like one of those guys? No, I'm not. I have a fucking brain in my head. I'm educated. I'm well-spoken. And my beard is a beard, not just on my fucking under. You know, it's that's what the fuck we're dealing with here. But then again, I know I'm picking on some of the boys here.
No, you're good. I want to touch on this of A-Town. I want you to clarify this as we're going on a full tangent now. Folks, by the way, hi, welcome to Monday Night Raw stream, as we're just old man yelling at cloud here. 100%.
Yes, welcome. Join in.
the pussification of the IWC.
Yeah.
No, this is the reckoning for the
No,
IWC.
yeah, but I
Honestly,
do.
sorry, let me
Go
go.
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you're good. Everybody likes to bring up, and MJF's even brought it up in a promo and everything. Twitter's 7% of a wrestling fan base and everything. That's the thing. These are the hardcores of the hardcores and the hardcores. And this shit just needs to stop. This ain't cool. This isn't, oh, we're just having fun online. No, there's real life consequences to this shit. And it's just look ridiculous. You are just disgusting human beings if you're doing shit like that.
Yeah, and I mean, we've doing what we do, we experience it at times of, and again, what blows me away is when you have like an opinion, like I think this, and for some reason that enrages somebody to wish for you to have the most awful of experiences in life. Go.
No, I was just gonna say, but we're technically in the IWC and everything like that, and even everybody here in the chat, 100%, and that's why I wanted A-Town to clarify his statement and everything. Because if he meant it a different way, that's fine, but that's 100%. We'd rather just be honest, open about it, still keep everything on the up and up front, rather than screw you, how dare you say this, all that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, two things on that. One, quickly, I'll touch on what you just said, but that's why this channel got created. It was a place for people to come and give their 2 cents on wrestling without being told to die, without being told to F off, without being blocked because the host can't take a fucking rib or the same type of sarcasm back. Like we created the wrestling utopia. We wanted everyone to get along. We want to celebrate wrestling. We want to be a part of something that we enjoy. It's a form of entertainment that we love. Some people like going to the ballet. Some people like to go to dog and pony shows. We like wrestling. I'm not saying we don't like the other things, but I'm just saying. But beyond that, man, and I think what our buddy was saying in the chat is very much of everyone's so sensitive. And I know you and I disagreed on this, but there's been multiple cases, and I felt the Ric Flair one was one of them, of you can't say nothing. Everyone is so quick to just be upset and offended and triggered, and it's fucking nonsense.
So to me, though, those are way two different lines, though, here. Like, I get to an extent of what you were saying, but people far and away cross the line with this type of stuff. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I think it was C Money, right? Was it C Money?
Wait, what?
I don't know who.
Oh, A-Town. Well, he said, he followed up with, it's not at all Big Nick. It's just some folk in the wrestling community.
Yeah. And I think problems sometimes is more than ever, we give these people a lot of clout because you get caught up in arguing, but you can't, I remember when I was young, my dad pulled me aside and said, don't argue with drunk people. And that applies, expanded out further to just don't argue with dumb people. It's the equivalent. And that's what you don't do. Like, again, I just don't get why we give a fuck what that moron thinks.
Fair enough. Well, I'll follow it up and I'll end it, I guess, with that. Like what you were saying, the quote of, don't argue with a fool because people from a distance can't tell who's who.
Facts. Perfect. Like, just on point. And that's what I don't get. Like, and as I said, I don't agree with everybody. You and I don't agree on shit. Like, but never once.
We've come to screaming matches.
Right? But we get what we're doing, and we understand that it's, we're passionate. We like the sport. We like the entertainment that we get. And we see it in the chat at times where people just, fucking every Hall of Famer that's ever been in the fucking, it could be the Field of Dreams episode of Raw tonight. And somebody would still come on and find a negative of like, well, there's too many Hall of Famers there. Like, there's always going to be that. I like people speaking out against it. And there's certain people that jump on microphones and all they got is they want to fucking put a wedge between every wrestling fan out there. Those people need to be silenced. Those people that are causing shit like this need to be shut up. Even like a Meltzer who's just, they only sold 8,000 tickets in Australia. You're an idiot. Shut up. You are doing disservice to something you claim to love. Shut up.
But this is, though, again, why we claim us that we're no journalists, no nothing. I'm just the same as everybody in the chat. I'm literally the same as everybody in the chat. Yeah, I just got up here and just talk on mic.
Talked your way in the door.
Yeah, facts. They let me in one night and I haven't left since.
Right. So real quick, we'll change pace, but C-Money said he's looking forward to Shinsuke versus the American neck tattoo. Is anyone else disappointed that the neck tattoo doesn't have some powers that like reflects.
It's like on a shield,
reflect,
like we're just going full like Transformers now and everything. Wait, don't talk about the poison mist because you'll set off Russo again.
Oh, here we go. What's up, Greg? Damian, Ronnie. We're gonna go through a lot here. AI Comic Bites is back. Good to see you, Damian. King Jordan, Christian Power, A-Town, AJ, Richard Martinez, Keyshawn.
Yep. Brother Fluff, we got Curtis in over under a number of commercial breaks, 12.
Yes, Terrence is back with us. Damian, I got you already. Dale, tied for championship this weekend. Congrats.
Oh, I didn't even realize that you actually updated it.
I did.
There we go.
Richard Jr. up here just whistling Dixie, making up things. Dave is a jerk. Fuck you, Dave. Eric J, welcome back. I think
Chris,
Kevin's here. Yeah, we got lots of names. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I actually lost. Yeah. So what else do you want? Oh, Alexis was bringing up, and I think somebody else was touching on it. I just saw Alexis' comment and double checked it. So there has been, I guess, a settlement agreed to between MLW and WWE in the antitrust lawsuit.
Nice. I didn't see the report yet. Let me.
No, you're good. On January 2002, I'm reading it right now from Cage Side Seats. I'm going to try and skim it to see if I can get. The suit's gone through multiple. Trying to read fast. Yeah. Now, nearly 2 years after it began, it's coming to an end. WrestleNomics Brandon Thurston shared the joint motion of settlement the two sides filed with the court today, December 11th.
Nice. I feel like. Do you feel like this is just all right? Go away.
This opens the door for Hammerstone, for Fatu, for Anawahi, all of that.
Yeah. No, it definitely gives a lot of potential to that. I feel like after 2 years and like they've been shot down. MLW got shot down and shot down and shot down and kept refiling and refiling. I think you look at the new company that just wants nothing but smooth business and counting money. I think this is a case of just go away.
Everybody that saying WWE wants AW to do terrible. I mean, they were doing nothing but helping that lawsuit case because how can we be unhappily if they're doing this?
Right. So yeah, I mean that's interesting though. Finally went away because I mean even the head of WWE's legal counsel was like, I'm not sticking around to figure this out. Y'all better come up with something.
Shoot fly, don't bother me.
Yeah, does it really mean anything? Like, I'll read more on the story. I guess we're getting it as it's coming.
No, I literally just skimmed it. Like, what I read, that sentence is pretty much the bulk of the story. Everything else is like neither side's really commented on it so far. They've just had the court filings, is what WrestleNomics had.
Right. An interesting question here from AI Comic Bites. Has anyone seen the Bo Dallas video? Have you? A Bo Dallas video?
I have not seen a Bo Dallas video. Well, I've seen Bo Dallas videos. I guess I don't know which one he's referring to.
I'm curious. Is there a new one? Interesting.
Well, I was skimming through the comments and everything when we were going on about everything else before, and I guess he was talking about like you've talked about before of them kind of using Bo and doing like the bringing back the Wyatt Six and everything.
You know what? I thought that was kind of dead in the water. I felt like it was dead in the water. There was reports that it might be dead in the water. But the last few days, over the last little bit here, more and more reports about, the idea that, Bray Wyatt, Hall of Fame, 2024. Then I started thinking, knowing the WWE the way I think we do, could they have something running that kind of coincides with a lot of Bray talk? Yeah, quite possibly.
Right. Well, he dropped the channel name. Oh, no, Oh, I thought it was like one of those of like the Easter egg, like rabbit trails and everything.
Right.
Name, and I went there. I was like, it's like Bo Dallas's like channel or something. I'm like, this ain't some spoiler thing or like I remember during the White Rabbit stuff to where we'd be on stream and literally the stream would come to a stop. Everybody grabs their phones out, tries to find what the QR code meant. Yeah. hearing voice recordings on the stream and everything like that.
Calling some, record
Right,
store.
just calling someone not live, like just in case it is somebody that actually picks up. Hi, you're lucky contestant number 5. If you can answer today's trivia question in 5 seconds, you win $1 million.
Right. I love that.
Who is the White Rabbit?
Yeah. What's up, Boston Gamer? Bonker says Roman is main event, so Punk should pick SmackDown Night 1 is the appetizer for the main. Yeah, I don't.
Ooh, what now?
Yeah, look, little confusing.
Yeah, no, he's going to Raw. I saw everybody say he's going to NXT. Even no, he's going to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I think he's going to Raw. This Seth thing's it's writing itself, man. People are already seething and they haven't done shit.
Well, and now we're getting Fightful putting out that Seth's contract's up pretty soon.
Yeah, that to me is just everyone's contract comes to an end. Kevin Owens is up soon too. Does that mean anything on the grand scheme of things? I really don't think so. Do you have any vibe that maybe?
I don't think that. Well, even with Drew, all of that, I don't think there's anyone right now that their contract is up with WWE or could be coming up soon with WWE that's even considering really leaving.
Yeah, you're Becky, you're Seth. You're gonna go fucking Bob Apples in AEW? I don't know.
No.
Right? The money better be pretty fucking big. But no, I mean, I know some people are like, see, the minute Seth's contract, he's out. He hates Punk. Yeah, wait till they do millions at WrestleMania.
Millions and millions. Again, these are people that have never actually had to deal with not having the Twitter to explain every storyline to you, to not have the dirt sheets unless you're going to sit there and wait by the mailbox or are going to try and, run your parents' phone bill up to be on a message board.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes for good writing. It's good clickbait. Come 2024, until it's officially confirmed about MJF, there's going to be buzz. Until, these contracts.
Could they do the reverse Punk spot? I'm going to leave with the World Heavyweight Championship. And he blows Punk a kiss as he yeets it up the ring steps.
Next thing you know, Punk's at his house. They're fighting in the backyard.
He comes back in 2 weeks.
Right. Jey and Drew McIntyre. I like it. It's going to be a banger. It should be good. That's long and probably inaccurate.
Sorry. AI Comics asking, can I post the video here so you can see? No, but you can post it on our Discord because we have the Discord, we have the TikToks, we have the Instagrams, we have the Twitters, we got anything and everything for your pro wrestling needs. We got the merch store, we got the memberships, the super chats, the super stickers, everything. And in the spirit of the season of giving, the greatest gift you can give somebody is the gift of wrestling.
Facts. Pashay, good to see. There's really nobody I see jumping from WWE to AEW. I think when we talk about the star value that the WWE is holding on to, do I see any of those big names leaving? No, because they can see what's happening, I think. Now, if you're a lesser talent, not getting booked, not getting much love, and you want to take a go at it because you think you might get more, you might get more from AEW, more TV time. Yeah, maybe there's a few out there. But if you're a regular on TV, you're not going anywhere.
I think the only people that would jump to AEW have been released. And I think that might have been even part of it. Would you rather stay here or go and see if you can make it over there? All right.
Fair
enough. Go ahead.
Right. Which leads us to Dolph Ziggler announces his big return to wrestling. I'm a little surprised, but he's going out to Puerto Rico for a big show. So he's finally nicknamed
on a cruise ship.
Yeah, no. Let me see.
Where's he fine. I'll talk about the other big return to pro wrestling here. Yeet is back in WWE in wrestling. WWE law. Well, they didn't lose the trademark. They just didn't realize somebody else had filed for it, and then they just said, here's some go away money."
Yeah. Speaking of MLW, here's some money.
Here's some fuck off money.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you got to be pretty like the guy who, the Yeet dude, which I didn't know you could, just trademark
that word to the sound. Has anyone trademarked what? Can I trademark what?
I think what with the question mark might be actually trademarked.
What if I do the question mark upside down or something? Or what if I don't add the question mark? It just becomes a statement.
Right, what?
It's a statement, not a question, Your Honor.
Right. Just real quick, Dolph Ziggler set to return at Lucha Libre. Online announced his first match will be since his WWE release in September. The bout has been revealed January 20th. World Wrestling Council event, Euphoria in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
So there you go. Maybe he is the devil. I don't know how I made that tie-in.
I've thought of that. Could they just be stalemating this until somebody's 90 days runs out?
I'm very nervous about that, Nick. I really am. Like
Wigglypuff. How you
could
doing?
it be? Could you imagine it's Ali doing a fucking other secret dude?
Third time's the charm. Once, twice, 3 times a hacker.
My God, like seriously, what are we doing? I can see Jeff Jarrett going to WWE.
No,
Keyshawn. Man, I wonder how many times he gets to say Jeff Jarrett per stream. I'm gonna start putting you in the penalty box.
He's trying to just run up my blood pressure. Between him and the Buffalo Bills, I don't need a cardiologist. That's the thing. Between doing this and the Bills, being a Bills fan, I don't need a cardiologist. My fucking ticker's working fine.
Yeah. You know, it was good to see a game go fucking wonky at the end and the Bills not come out on the wrong end of it.
Yeah, really nice. So, Patrick Mahomes, sir, shut up. You, Cheeseburger Andy, shut up.
Be nice to Andy. I like Andy.
Well, because even it was like the greatest play to watch and everything. Trust me. As a Bills fan, I was like, oh, shit, we probably lost, but that's a fucking hell of a way to lose. But, yeah, no, that was clearly a penalty. Mans was clearly offsides. I get you got to go to bat for your guy, but like, don't act like you haven't been on the other side of calls, my guy. You can either bundle and become the hero, or you can, throw a temper tantrum and just look crying like Tom Brady out there.
Right? Yeah. No,
well, I mean, sorry, real quick. Even in the handshake at the end of the game, he's sitting there telling Josh Allen, that was terrible. I can't believe it. Really? You're going to tell PTSD Josh Allen, who looks like he's having a non-flashback every time you guys go up on the sidelines. You're going to say, I can't believe they called that. That was terrible.
Josh Allen just smiled, and in his head, he's like, it was a fucking beautiful call. Cha-ching.
I was waiting for him to do like The Office, like just stare to like the hard cam and just
But no, I mean, at the end of the day, the rules are the rules, and there's offside in most sports, and it's your fault. You stood on the fucking line. Figure your life out.
It wasn't. It's not even like it was the last play. Like you had chances to come back, my guy. Well, it's not like you were a world beater beforehand. It was just a really great play. Now doesn't get to be a highlight reel. It gets to be a blooper reel instead.
Well, I asked you and the friends in the fantasy chat of like, what did I miss? I thought something egregious happened. So they were so irate, but you said it best, right? This kid doesn't have a whole lot of experience losing, and it's not feeling too good.
No. This is, I think, the first time that they've ever lost 3 games straight. And starting to look like Swifty
on the road again.
It's starting to look like Swifty's not the greatest good luck charm, and that's the thing.
I blame her. It's all her.
Well, no, the Chiefs have gone Hollywood so much. Everyone attached to Mahomes, from his wife to his brother, have been insufferable, etc. Kelsey's now dating Taylor Swift. We're getting more State Farm commercials and everything. The Chiefs are in everything. They're the face of the NFL. So you are the last people that anyone's going to give any credibility, even if it was a close call, which this was not a close call, and give you any leeway to bitch about this call.
All right. Well, on that wonderful note, folks, the show is kicking off. I got Zen on my screen, Nick. So when you sync up to Zen and the wonderful, gorgeous Trish,
I have Zen right now.
There we go. There we go. But welcome if you're just tuning in. We got WWE RAW forever.
Now I got forever. We're perfect. We're good. We're good. Patricia Mahomes needs to shut up. Yes, he does. That's my final statement before we get into Monday Night Raw.
There you go. 2 Monday Nighters tonight. We'll see. I'm I'm not stressing Monday Night Football tonight.
Yeah, no, you can have that. As I've got
you
a recap of last week with Drew McIntyre.
Here we go. Now, Sammy, we see Sammy in the clip, but it has been widely reported we won't see Sammy for quite a bit. They did write him off TV. So, yeah, thoughts out there for Sammy. Hope he's doing well. And let's hope
he just asked for some time off. He's earned it. He deserves it.
I hope all's gravy, baby.
Right. I was going to say, well, it's clear that Yeet is back because there was a sign holding up, or a fan holding up a sign that said Yeet, and they didn't blur it out. So
right away.
Right. We got to let the people know.
That's got to be one of the funniest wrestling stories of the year. Of like, there was a lawsuit, like there was a claim and an issue over the fact that Jey Uso got Yeet over. Like, what? What happened?
Facts. Well, who had, so much in pro wrestling in your 2023 bingo card? Speaking of which, Baron Corbin was in the same box as Taylor Swift.
I said that while you were on your rant. You must have. I was like,
fair enough. Sorry.
You were like, they're all insufferable. I'm like, Corbin was right in there too. And now
they got cursed by Corbin, so fucking deal with it.
Right. I'm blaming Swift. Swift is fucking everything up. It's the Swift.
She's just waiting for them to lose so that she can write a new album.
Oh, she's just waiting to figure out who's going to win the Super Bowl and jump ship to that one.
My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yes.
What are we kicking the night off with? This is what I'm curious about. With a busy night ahead, I wonder what starts this.
I'm hoping, for the sake of just, I want it right out of the gate, is Punk, but I know we probably won't kick off with that.
So
yeah, I was gonna say, last week you missed your girl Jackie Redmond,
right? I heard people being like, "Oh yeah, you really get medical attention on the back of the box." Like, guys, shut up, shut up. That was epic. Hall of Fame play-by-play Kelsey, though you can't deny.
I said it. I as a Bills fan, I can't be mad if we would have lost the way to an extent of like, you can't fucking call that. You can't. There's no scheme you can run up to fucking guard that.
Yeah.
That's a fucking Madden play is what that is. That's a Madden play. Oh. As I'm getting a replay of Drew laying everybody out from last week. And see, this is the Drew that we got that you and I both wanted from the jump. When he first showed up, just have him show up and just be a badass that just can Claymore's people's heads in.
Yeah, that's the way it should have been. I think they missed the boat on that a little bit. I'm glad they're getting there now. But I think his return when he was gone would have had so much more impact. There's new music.
Well, there's been new music. We're just, again, finally hearing it as I keep having
that opening was like Roman's opening. Yeah, no. I think this is the Drew we should have got from the jump. And this is a better Drew. He doesn't work as a babyface. He's too big and just he looks like he just doesn't.
But he's even still, he's great. Like even his whole promo that he cut the other week that I feel like we kind of talked over, where he's like, apparently you can just leave this company, talk this, that, and the third about it, come back and just be welcomed with open arms. And CM Punk. And he comes back with, I could be talking about anybody at this point.
Right.
It would help if my stream would quit freezing. I want Dom to join forces with Santos. Not going to happen. It's going to be Los Lotharios.
The just start
adding it off with Jey Uso.
All right, so we're going to have a hot match out the gate by the looks of it.
And he's starting to wear. You were already wearing.
Yeah, where's my t-shirt?
That drip. And it's so interesting to me that this has been the company that for the longest time, especially under Vince McMahon, could never make baby faces. We only have maybe one, maybe two, and that's why they got to shove them down your throat. Pause. Now we've got Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, arguably CM Punk, Jey Uso, LA Knight. Like, you're littered with baby faces.
Spoiled.
And you actually have heels that can go against them. Who would have imagined? Or even Randy Orton. Randy Orton just came back in his babyface too.
Very much so. No, that's the important part of all this, Nick, is you have a nice mix. And again, I've said this a million fucking times. I'm beating it to death. But depth. As we're getting reminded that CM Punk will make his decision tonight. I think we'll talk about this in a second, but including NXT is actually,
I was going to say,
it's a cute little move. It's a cute little move. I don't mind what they're doing there.
Shows them on the par. It's a good strategy move. It shows them on the par.
Right. I'm surprised. This match has to be kerfuffle.
Yeah, I'm surprised this isn't a pay-per-view match. I thought we were setting up for this to be a pay-per-view match. But then again, do we wait all the way to the Rumble, or do we have this match now and it plays out a bit more in the Rumble?
Maybe. Yeah. Because we got time to kill. They got to give people something. And, they're aware about the complaints about Mondays. And I feel like there's been a shift over time, and it's taken time to get here. But we're starting to see really good Raws again. And if people don't believe that, I'm sorry that you're missing out. But you got Sammy, you got not Sammy, Cody, welcome. You get Cody Nakamura, you get Rhea Ripley on the same night. You have all these stars kicking around, and then you're like, oh yeah, by the way, CM Punk's here. Like, there's a lot going on. That's good news. Yeah,
it's if you're hate watching WWE right now, you what is wrong with you? I was going to say, though, and I say this respectfully, is Jey Uso, Monday Night Raw's LA Knight. We all really want him to win a championship. I don't know if it's going to happen.
I think it could happen. Especially in the current setup with the two different belts. I think it could happen.
Who wins first, Jey or LA? That's
interesting.
Now the crowd, though, I like how they're now that we've got the trademark back. Now he's every other chant. Yeet, yeet. We're gonna wear this shit out real quick.
That took a while. Real quiet crowd, and then they started chanting Sammy like we're supposed to do something.
What did he say?
It's your line.
Oh, this is the part where you fall down. And then he mentions Drew. Big boo.
I think Jey blew himself out with all that energy coming to the ring.
I was going to say, Jay's only winning cutting this promo. My guy.
I feel like we just caught him up to no good. Like, I was just cleaning my room.
I was doing nothing. I'm just vacuuming. Mom.
I was just vacuuming. Here comes Drew.
Also, we're going to start off. If we start off with this match, hell of a match to start off with. And his opponent, so we're starting it off.
This is how you should start a Raw. Let's go.
Yeah.
Don't wait for later. Just start it now.
Well, you get to where you book in, especially you've got 3 hours. You kick off the start of the show with something that's going to catch your attention. You write it out. You go top of the hour. You have something fresh that gets everybody clicking through, and rinse and repeat.
100%. Boo for Jew.
Heat is the next. Yeah, that's a little bit what I'm feeling, though.
It's the what of 2023. Like, it's going to be like, in every sentence. Yeet, yeet.
Right, but eating. We just had that with, yeah.
Yeah, the still thing. Yeah, that's. And do you not agree with me? Like, that is such the heart and soul of, like, the most popular era in wrestling was the signs, was the audience participation. And I feel like we're getting back to that now.
How many times, like, we can quote stuff from every single wrestler. How many you can always just randomly out the blue. If you smile,
we're still quoting those mofos,
Right.
CM Punk chants.
Small Mark saying Royal Rumble will be most exciting this year. Yes, most exciting.
So much in the air, and there's an actual team running the ship right now that prioritizes surprising. Vince didn't give a shit what the fans felt. We know this. He made it very clear that we were in a one-sided relationship.
You don't like what you like. You like what I tell you to like.
Yeah, right. So we got Trips at the helm. with all the new faces, all the new names. This is fucking exciting as shit.
Sorry. I like that as Drew turns, cuts a promo straight into the hard cam. You see that, Jay? That's called a freaking apology.
Right.
You're booing me like I'm wrong. Drew McIntyre is such the underrated, like, best type of heel right now. He's the heel that is technically vindicated. Like, he's technically right.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's the best heels are always poking that real nerve, right? Where he's right, but he's a dick, so I don't care.
I feel like Hermes in Futurama when he's trying to be like the best guy. Like, you are technically correct, the best kind of correct. You are technically a heel, the best kind of heel.
I ran into a cutout of LA Knight at the grocery store on a Slim Jim display. It had a big yeah on it. I might have tried to steal it. I might have tried to work it out of the store. I'm not gonna lie.
Just throw a random price tag on it and buy it.
That'll be $14.99, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You're right. Gotta go right now. Oh my God. I've worked retail jobs and worked too many that things that were supposed to get thrown away, especially I'm Italian. Things that are supposed to get thrown away, they just fall off the back of a truck.
I think y'all invented that move.
In facts.
that was an OGU.
That's OG, straight from the boot.
What's good, TJ Hook? Good to see us. Ding ding, folks. We will take your predictions on this match. We take a prediction on all the matches. This is definitely a commercial spot. And,
but hell, I'm fine with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And make sure you stay till the end. We want to get your rating out of 10 at the end of the nights. And Jay, we're maybe not. Yeah, they're definitely a commercial spot. They're just taking a while to get there. Yep. Jay Drew has kicked off.
100%. Jay just dumped Drew over the ropes, and now they've got to take off the shirts and everything, get the ladies hollering and screaming and everything like that. But as we've been talking hot and heavy here on a Monday Night Raw, and again, we're getting into the holiday season. CM Punk's back in pro wrestling. Shit's going off the handles, so we're talking a lot. So 100%, folks, if you want to make sure that you get your comment right, if you want to just help support the channel, it is the season of giving, all that. Have that holiday spirit within you. We do have the super chats and the super stickers and everything, so that way you show up, because that's what the show is about. But we are in commercial break number 1.
Facts. Heel Drew is hot. I like it. We wanted this. This is good. This is better.
I don't know if that's the hot he was talking about, but sure.
Fair enough.
You do you. I know. I mean, it's good analysis. Good analysis. Good game.
Jay sounds like he went out unscripted. Wish it was though. Sounded a little awkward. It did. I think he blew himself out. I think he was like sucking wind.
Man was too hyped because he got the yeet bag. Man yeeted himself out where he just yeeted right there in gorilla position, and then just had to come out and just hot and heavy bothered.
Jay really can't talk long promos. I think Jay's a great talker. We've seen him have good promos.
No, you had good Uso promos to where they can bounce off each other.
But I always felt like Jay was the front guy in that for sure.
Yeah, Jay's the stronger of the two. But
I mean, even in this little solo run, I think he's been fine. Tonight, I don't know. Maybe he got fucked up on the Sammy part where he threw out Sammy and nobody reacted. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, Sammy."
A little bit. And that's the thing is, I think he's still got to, learn to crawl before you can walk and run. So I think he's still got to, take it he's not going to take it to a fucking duck to water here.
Yeah, and if you've ever been talking to a bunch of people, not that many people, but and something you throw out falls flat, and then you're like, you start doubting the rest of what you were about to say.
Facts. And the thing about it, they can hear all of them. I can only hear you. They can just write whatever they're saying. I can't hear you.
Right. That's funny. Do you think Zoe Stark is joining the Judgment Day after she did not help Shayna Baszler last week? No. R-Truth.
No.
R-Truth for the Judgment Day.
No.
No? R-Truth.
I thought that was the question initially, so that's why I said no. I love R-Truth, but no. He's going to just be the lovely fucking thorn in their side, and I dig it.
right? They're not going to replace Yeet because they're on different shows. And this is the fun part is we got, multiple sing-alongs. We got multiple callbacks. This man's just struggling with those bifocals tonight. but yeah,
I'm still here.
No, I know. It's funny as shit. You're just like, we can see your frustration mounting. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yeet won't replace it. But yes, we're going to get a lot of Yeet in 2024.
We'll be yeeting everywhere. Pause. As we're back from commercials, I've got Drew reverses it. We're back to Monday Night Raws and Friday Night SmackDowns that are having matches that in 2022, 2021, we'd be having more on a pay-per-view.
Having more
like Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre, probably in 2021, probably I'd say.
Oh yeah.
More on like a pay-per-view than just we've got enough going that we can put this on a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, we'll get. Yeah, I mean, and you have to fill the shows. I mean, you want people to tune into these weekly shows, so you can't save everything. And when you recognize your schedule, you go like 9.5, 10 weeks without a pay-per-view. Yeah, you got to do something.
Yeah, but that time was Vince, and that Vince time had about 3 things going versus Hunter's got a handful. He's like, oh shit, I forgot about this and that because I had so many other things going on.
And he ain't even done. He's still just getting cooking.
Right. We're just cooking. This man's bought the ingredients. Now we just got to let this man cook. That's not a good hand gesture to be doing.
Drew just hammering away on Jimmy.
Yeah, it looked like you were hammering away on something else there.
Watching him, he was like, "Oh, these are the European back fists. Here we go."
Yeah, no, that's not a. Well, I mean, hey, you do Canadian back fists, I guess.
Royal Rumble goes to 40 men. Don't do it, but you could.
No, it's not in Saudi, so they can't do it. Right, Braun Strowman's not back yet to defend his greatest Royal Rumble title.
Yeah, because if you jump to 40, then you start watering down the 40. Go 30 solid. Right?
If you do 40 men, do you have to do 40 women? Because you're struggling to do 30 women. Pause.
Yeah, that's a tough sell. I don't think you do 40 women.
Pause.
Well,
or I don't know if you want to pause that. Allegedly.
What does eat mean? Well, it depends on how you look at it. It's either like an excitement and joy, that kind of stuff.
Everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah, or just chuck the fuck out of this. And now it's just
right. That's what I initially knew it was. Of just that thing just goes into oblivion.
Yeah, the fact that they went the other way with it. So yeah, they're good for them. Good question, Larry.
Good. It's like Price is Right. Family Feud. Good answer. Yeah. Good answer. It's like what comes after
elbow. Where is this show resonating from tonight?
Oh, good question.
Because I'm starting to feel like this crowd is a little too quiet for my liking.
I think it might be Rhode Island. I will see if I can find that out real quick.
Hope the Finns are squashed tonight. Squished, not squashed. Squished.
Oh, how I wish I didn't squish that fish.
I don't see it happening, my guy. Sammy out, knee injury. Yeah, I don't think the knee is actually that injured, Alexis. I think it's just time off.
Yeah, kayfabe.
Maxxine Dupri taking on Rhea Ripley. Maxxine and Ivory together. Interesting.
What now?
Ivory hanging out with Maxxine is very interesting.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, Jay dodges the Claymore.
So I was completely wrong. No, never mind. I thought I was accurate with the date. Yeah, wrong. Move along. Sorry.
Dashed. Both men down, back into a commercial. Drew has obvious grievances, but it's misplaced anger. He should be mad at Solo. I just think he doesn't care as long as it's one of them.
Sorry. Thank you for all the fact checkers out there, because I was about to say it was in Nashville, and then I realized, no, that says November 28th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no. Lexus, Carlton,
Ohio,
not
right?
unusual. And yeah, so it's in Cleveland. So well, fitting. It's a city of losers. So
I was gonna say it's fucking Ohio, man. But
you have
yeah,
the Browns and the fucking Cavaliers. It's a city of losers.
he's like, how do we? What's this cheering thing you all speak of?
Yeah, because they don't know how to do it. They haven't known how to do it since LeBron left.
That's amazing. But yeah, we just shat all over Cleveland. No, I just felt like
Johnny Gargano, fight me.
yeah, I felt like it was a hot start, and we were like, oh, here we go. You know, we're getting this right out of the gate, and the crowd, like even the Sammy part of like Jay's like, I miss my boy Sammy, and you're used to crowds being like, you know, you'd like break out into ole 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 or something. And this
Yeah.
crowd was just like, Sammy, Sammy, like they're looking at each other. Zane?
Sandwich.
Yeah, Zane. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, Sammy.
Yeah. Like I said, well, like you nailed it on the head. They're not used to cheering. They don't know how to. What is this clapping thing my hands are doing? I'm used to booing.
It kind of hurts. Can we do something else?
Right, my hands hurt. I'm clapping too much.
So I get a commercial for the Von Erich story, the Iron Claw.
Now, have you heard the stories that MJF has?
Yeah,
pretty much all but written out.
yeah. Like I mean, again, you're in a movie with Zac Efron, and you're like, no offense, MJF, but I mean, I would imagine, and I mean, this is common, but I don't know what to make of it. People are like, see, he can't even act, and I'm like, you guys are fucked.
No,
like, it happens.
Yeah, and I mean, it would have been great for him, I think, because AEW made a deal about it. Though that's the thing is when you're going to be on Wednesday. What?
The Von Erichs are on Wednesday. Winter is coming with the Von Erichs.
Right, but like I said, when you make a deal about something and then it fucking snafus in your face, now you've got twice as much egg on your face. Pause.
Say less.
Facts.
But yeah, I mean, good on him. It was a good experience for him. I know he wants to dabble in that. That's why I really thought, you know, he would consider a WWE situation, because I just think WWE is a better platform to get you where you're going in that regard. They've proven it time and time again. And at the end of the day, yeah, I'd like to see the movie if he's in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. I don't even know off the top of my head what Von Erich he's playing, but you know, Zac Efron and our buddy Lip is going to be, they're going to be the stars. They're going to get more.
He was playing Cephas Von Erich. Good old Cephas. Often forgotten about, but good old Cephas. He played the jug when the rest of them played the washing board and, you know, the fucking little plunger with the string and everything like that.
Right.
I'm just shitting on everybody. I'm just shit on the Von Erichs and shit on Cleveland.
Happy Grr Mondays here
hashtag Grr Mondays.
Who do y'all think is winning college football playoffs? What a rigged bullshit system that is, by the way.
No, well,
says me, the Canadian. I can be objective.
Well, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just, it's so weird that to think about it of, I still grew up when you had just the BCS to where you wouldn't have even a playoff system. Now we have a 14 playoff, and literally this is the last year before it becomes a 12-team playoff. It becomes the NFL junior.
I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah, Alabama is the Grinch that stole the college football playoffs, but
it really is.
It's kind of unfortunately the nature of the beast. I still think Michigan wins out. To be the man, you got to beat the man.
McIntyre just chucking Jey off the top as we come back from commercial break. Yeah, it's hard to bet against Michigan. It's the funniest system of like, what are y'all doing? Just go back.
Welcome to America. We don't know. We still don't know.
Oh, shit. During the break. Wow.
Why? Oh, I'm just getting to during the break spot. Oh, it's weird.
Catapult on the breaks of the ring.
Yeah. Oh, that's like your man's on your fantasy hockey team that took a puck to the jaw and just
shut up. Poor Boone Jenner ate a puck for dinner. 6 weeks that will take to swallow, though.
Pause. And sounds like a Jenner. Pause.
Boone Jenner, one of the best hockey names out there.
Yeah, well, God damn it. Speaking about taking that swallow, when you say the last name Jenner, I'm like double, triple, quadruple pause.
Drew up over the top, big forearm. WWE shows announcing table spots. There's everywhere. Like there's everywhere.
I feel like there's words missing out of that sentence, and I don't know what they're supposed to be.
People tuning in being like, KJ can't read at all. And I'm like, no, I'm really trying. I'm trying to be verbatim.
Okay. I'm from Canada, so they think I'm slow, eh?
Hey. They think I'm slow.
Like it's Simpsons. Oh, I've seen so many of those now and then, like they just splice on like Randy's head and everything. I hear voices in my head.
Right. Big Samoan drop.
I've got a big ass glass or a replay of a big ass glass tail kiss. Now the replay of the Samoan drop. So I'm like a couple seconds behind you, so.
Oh.
Very good. My thing kept freezing.
The CN Tower rotating restaurant is awesome. Yeah, it is. There's one in Niagara that I like too.
Where did that come from?
I was just reading the comment.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't see the comments. So I'm like, got you. The fear I see. The Blues and the Eagles, the Birds and the NFL. I still think, side note again, the team name for the running back duo name for David Montgomery and Amari Gibbs is like the best one. It's Rhythm and Bruise.
That's a good one.
Especially in Detroit. I'm like, that's good.
That's a good one. As Jey Uso down, a little bit of a clap from the crowd.
Yeah. Quiet as crowd. Are you not entertained?
I guess not. They're like, we're here for Punk. Leave us alone. Wow. Super kick, super kick, super kick. Now they're cheering a little.
Double super kick. Now we're going up top.
We leak some nitrous into this building? What is going on?
Knees up like a fucking mile ahead.
No way.
Future Shock DDT. It's over.
It's not.
The two go. MJF plays the role of Lance Von Erich, the fake cousin. Well, figures that they wouldn't want the fake cousin in the movie with the real people.
Well, then again, yeah. I mean, it's just good that he's there. People are funny. Like, how many movies were y'all in this week? None.
Exactly.
Okay. High five, MJF.
Well, I mean, shit. Technically, I've been as many as MJF.
Wait. Yeah, right?
Right. If you ain't in the movie.
Turnbuckle's off. Whoa. Oh.
As the ref's checking on Jay Marverin. It's like if Maven and Margarine had a child, Marverin. I swear Jay just did the Cobra, which I think is one of the few moves that no one has kicked out of. No one disrespects the Cobra.
Spear!
Oh!
Spear! All right, it's picking up in a nice way.
Two count.
I like this. KJ, it's Cleveland, Ohio. The crowd is waiting for Moxley to appear. Waiting for fucking Wild Thing.
That or Gargano.
Oh, shit, eh?
Well, he did the whole like intro for the Browns on Sunday.
Yes.
The ref just fucking bumped off the fucking ring pad and is just supposed to like, well, this is just a thing that's supposed to happen. Where's Patrick Mahomes to cry about this ref? 3.
It's over. And still, your Scottish psychopath. Drew with a clean win, lickety split on a decent match.
He has the best 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah. This is better for Drew. I think.
Well, he needs to go back to, like you said right there, of being the Scottish psychopath. When's the last time they called him that?
Yeah.
He needs to be, more psychopath instead of Shrek.
Yeah. Decent match. I thought the crowd was a little quiet. They picked up near the end there, but man, I thought that that was a pretty good match. Not a barn burner, but all right to open a Raw.
I was going to say, normally we just say you can mute the commentary team. Now we're just saying mute the whole show, and we'll react how the crowd's supposed to react to this shit. Because we actually enjoy wrestling.
Right.
Or like a bunch of these people that just paid to just be unhappy, I guess.
Right. It's Cleveland. It's cold. They were looking for indoor places to hang out.
Right. Just 3 hots in a cot. That's all I need. 3 hots in a cot.
That's coming from a Canadian. Deal with it.
Max, like you're from Antarctica, most of these people.
Yeah, no shit. My igloo's fucking nice and solid right this time of year. WWE officials are worse than the NFL. I don't know, man. I would happily take that bet. That argument.
Give me Wes Aubrey, Don Stevens in the NFL, and let me know who's the worst.
It couldn't be worse. I mean, there's some of these.
She'd be selling the fucking play from the Kansas City game.
Yeah, she'd be doing like the selfie butt pose.
She'd be in the celebration with them.
Well, that's a different story. That's after, you know.
Hey, he said it, not me. He said it, not me.
I kid. I joke. I joke. I kid.
I kid. I joke.
But we're getting a replay of CM Punk on NXT, and we touched on this, but I like that we know he's not going to NXT, but it's nice that they're involved, they're included.
Oh, 100%. It goes back to NXT is now a third brand. They are not the developmental that they've kind of been. They weren't during the Black and Gold that they got pegged back to during 2.0, and now they're clearly not that again. Granted, we haven't even talked about Carmelo being the NXT superstar chosen into the U.S. tournament. Carmelo Hayes being that, and after we end Deadline with him walking out behind Trick, and are we going to get a follow-up with that, or we just jumps to SmackDown?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to finish up Trick, but Trick's going to do some business with Carmelo as Carmelo's little so long, farewell. You know, we're going to move on from Carmelo. And they didn't really need to announce it for me. We could have found out on Friday.
Facts. Fair enough. I do like that. Maybe that builds anticipate. Maybe that plays into tomorrow night with Tuesday. I think that's would have been the only reason you do it. Which, by the way, I like really everything that they're doing right now with CM Punk's promo. We already all like the promo already. Now they're doing little video snippets of, hey, do you remember who he was talking about here? Do you get who he was talking about here? Well, guess what? Now you do.
Yeah, and I mean, I talked about this the other night where, you know, Randy Orton wasn't sure where to go, and it was Paul Heyman that kind of, you know, do it or else. And of course, the Viper's gonna or else, right? Like, so right. Here we go. And now I think there's potential here that Seth Rollins is somewhere involved or around this signing here tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
And listen, it was mentioned to me today that the comment about Seth not being the man in his own household was sexist.
Oh, you all right? Well, are we at a commercial before we get into this?
I'm not going to go far into it, but
no, you're fine. I just like this. Propunzel, let down your comments. On Mondays we wear red, yes, and on Wednesdays we talk AW. But go ahead. We're in a commercial. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep in mind, folks. I know the CM Punk made a comment about the man, which she is. That's the same comment or dig that every person that's rivaled Seth Rollins since Becky became the man has said.
Called low-hanging fruit, folks. Called low-hanging fruit.
That sexist motherfucker.
It's these things called it's called a promo, kid. If you want to be the big dog, if you want to be the cheap pop, you're gonna have to learn how to go.
I understand in 2023, some might view being the man of the house as the toxic masculinity, but come on. Let's be real. He wasn't making a claim. He wasn't telling her to get back in the kitchen. He was literally pointing out that she's the man and he is not.
I was going to more go with my answer of, well, yeah, this is the same guy that was wearing trans rights and women's rights t-shirts on national television, but I guess
but
that happened in AEW, so no one knows about it.
That's also true.
Oh, man, just double down on everything. Be greedy.
Yeah, be greedy. Happy Monday.
Right,
I love WWE.
Number 3.
Is it 3?
Tree.
Okay.
It is number 3, not 10, like Peralta was saying. It's number 3.
I'm not even doing it. It's going to insult everybody.
No,
But yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Oh, it's still I like the idea that MJF is on WWE programming. Feels right. As they get another Iron Claw commercial.
He's home.
He's home. That would be amazing. He walks in and says that exact line.
No, I don't get what it is about Punk, and I kind of like it. And I think that's why some people gravitate towards him, and some people, I guess, are just somehow, oddly enough, repulsed by this man. He is a lightning rod, and I think what makes it so interesting is he accepts it. He accepts that people are going to dislike him, and people are going to love him, regardless of anything he does.
Yeah, and you know what the funniest part about all this is to me, and I was thinking about this a lot today for some reason, but the idea that, listen, we've said this before, Shawn Michaels, notorious asshole when he was on top. Austin, not fun to be around, not fun to work with at times. Brock, an absolute selfish dick in a lot of people's opinion. Name after name. Hogan, the list goes on of the top guys. But know what the difference is? We didn't know it happened. So all we knew was the ass kicker was coming out and stomping mud holes. We didn't know about the backstage kerfuffle
until after years after it happened.
Yeah. And that's what I think changes with Punk is we're here in the moment of like, well, some people that I like don't like him. So, because you're hearing about it first, like almost right out of the gate. A lot of hearsay. Nobody was really there.
Well, it's even like with how some people say how All In became All Out about Punk. When really he didn't initiate that situation. But even then, like you were kind of saying there of, we're hearing about all of these situations that are happening backstage of seeing tweets, this and that and the third. We're seeing them all real time.
Yeah.
It's not years later you're finding out that Austin didn't want to go under on somebody, so that's why he walked away or anything like that. You're not hearing these stories about how Hogan had nothing but creative control in WCW until way later.
Yeah, like when Austin walked out that time, we didn't know as fans. We just thought, all right, you got beat up, we're good to go. Like, and we just moved on with the show, right? Like, it's at different times, but there's a lot more polarizing figures in wrestling than CM Punk. He's not like, the guy that the first guy to come along and just be an asshole. Like, and I'm not even saying he is, but let's say he is that difficult, that abrasive. But I see more evidence to the otherwise. Even the video going around with him and Cora. What a great moment. Like, you literally saw that girl jump when she realized he was there. Like, it was like, oh my God, my hero. Like,
but you have enough, and you have this goes back to the whole conversation that we started this off with, and we could do a whole podcast episode and go on for hours about all of this.
Yeah,
there's so many people that would see that and say, and like we even talked about, we joked and said tongue in cheek, if this is your fucking your welcome home tour, this is your make good right tour, of you're showing up in NXT, you're doing this, you're shaking babies and kissing hands type shit.
Yeah. And we got Shinsuke on the screen right now. But yeah, no, and again, I think that is very much the case I think Punk's going to be okay.
I think they're it's coming off that way, but I also buy in that there's been rumors and there's been talks that Punk was wanting to make this work a while ago. Like after the first brawl out.
Yeah. I think that night he showed up and then people said, oh, CM Punk had a conversation with Trips. It was literally, can you get out of the company? I probably can pull it off. All right, punch the guy in the loincloth.
I was going to say, I'm just waiting for, like we've talked about in years, as we're getting an anime of Nakamura beating up Cody Rhodes right now.
Always.
He's looking like getting jacked up Shang Tsung. Don't watch that if you have, an issue with flashing lights, folks.
That was really cool.
Everything that they've done with presenting Nakamura now is what we wanted to begin with. If they would have done this with Nakamura versus AJ Styles and we would have had it at WrestleMania 34, it would have felt like the Wrestle Kingdom match that they had, I feel.
No, I agree. Absolutely. Oh, we got the Judgment Day. Oh, Finn's looking like the bobblehead, not JD McDonough. Hey.
No, he's looking like a fucking troll. He's out here. He's some long hair away from being Pac being Neville.
What's up, Anthony? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, giving me a hard time. I know Anthony's not it. I'm not the biggest Punk fan. I just don't. I don't know. I think I'm trying to just focus on like what you're doing on front of the camera. As long as you're doing that good and you're good in the ring and the storylines work and you're not fucking up, pay-per-views, I'm good with you. But I do feel like some of the people that hate him overlook the fact that, he was antagonized to a big degree.
People watch the show just to hate watch the show. Why do we think that people aren't going to fucking hate on wrestlers just to hate on wrestlers? They do that in every sport. 100%. I'm waiting for the years down the road to where we get the documentary that explains everything that was actually going on and what was actually reported and what was correct and what it was inaccurate as far as, Punk's involvement from the punch out, from the brawl out to him showing up at Survivor Series. I want a documentary on that time frame.
100%.
By the way,
They're yelling. They're yelling. Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
Mom and Dad are fighting. But we do need to steal their Finn, Damian, Balor, Rhea, that whole Judgment Day shirt, which is like, KJ, Big Nick, Anthony, Luna, Wrestling
Forward. Do that.
We're
gonna have some downtime over the holidays where I can actually catch up on my to-do list.
There we go. As I've got the Creed Brothers and Alpha Academy celebrating backstage.
Oh no, I figured out what's about to happen. I got a theory. I got a guess. And our
truth.
Oh, wait.
To hell with your theory. Our truth is on my screen.
He's gonna go decorate the fucking JD.
Ho ho ho.
He's gonna go decorate JD's funhouse for fucking Christmas.
I'm here for it though. Like I said, just let this man just be the thorn in everyone's side. Our truth needs to be a WWE Hall of Famer at some point.
Oh,
whenever, if ever he retires, if ever is more of the statement, not whenever, if ever he retires.
He's gonna retire after I'm dead.
Who's what?
I said I'm gonna die before he retires. He hasn't aged but a day. I've aged.
I was going to say, this man is twice my age and looks younger than me.
I have a feeling that Ivy Nile might be the downfall of Maxxine, and maybe it sets off the Singlet crew against the Singlet crew.
We get a singlet off?
Singlet off. Yeah, well, speaking of singlet off.
I will single it off while you can single off.
Yeah, singlet that way.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be here with Mommy. Me and Mommy are going to have us time. Well, KJ, you can take your pause. Here. What's the main event tonight match? I don't know if we're going to have a match in the main event. I feel like it might end up being the CM Punk segment. It's probably going to end up being the main event. I'd be interested if it goes on beforehand. Maybe the only other thing that would be the main event would be Cody versus Nakamura, which I really liked what they did with that video package. I really like what they're doing with Nakamura right now. Absolutely. So already, let's look at just so far what we've had on Monday Night Raw as far as in-ring action. We've had Jey Uso versus Dominic Mysterio, and we've had Rhea Ripley. Now, granted, she's going against Maxxine and Dupri, but we're still in the first hour, and we've already had a hell of a top men's match, and we're now about to have our women's champion in the match, and arguably one of our top stars in the company, if not in pro wrestling. Our Truth possibly get a beat down by JD tonight. If they do, we riot. We march at dawn. If our Truth is hurt, we march at dawn. But we are in commercial break. I want to say 4 or 5 right now, so we'll remind everybody we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We were just here this past weekend covering 3 shows at the same time with Impact, Final Resolution, AEW Collision, and NXT Deadline, and we're still moving, grooving. How you doing? So absolutely, if you have not done so, be a friend, tell a friend, drop a like, drop a subscribe. Again, like I've said, the best gift you can do is give the gift of wrestling when you're out there at all your holiday gatherings, even if you're out there at your work holiday party and everything. You're out there quoting like CM Punk of, I'm just here to make money. I'm not here to make friends. At least, drop our link off to them and everything. That one coworker that you like that you may never talk to, but somehow you both like each other. Commercial break number 4. I'm picking Rhea Ripley. I know Dirty Dom is going to interfere. I would question, is there anyone out there picking Maxxine? That's the better question, not who's taking Rhea. I think that's the given. Who's taking Maxxine? Expose yourself. Got that one. Mandy Rose versus Maxxine for Otis. I would love to see that match. And then just Lash Legend just shows up and just body slams the shit out of Otis and enters herself into the match. Got that one. Huge test for Maxxine right now. Yeah, well, would you say it's a test, or is it more of showing that they're getting behind her a little bit? Granted, I still respectfully think she looks like the alien in a human body that's trying to ingratiate herself, into, wrestling culture here of, yes, we all slap hands. But her versus Rhea, to me, it's a skipping stone in a fucking pond at most. And that's, I'm not knocking Maxxine. What she's been able to do of going from what her and LA have both been able to do. And shit, now I'm going to just look like I'm going at Mason Mansoor as well. But what they were able to do to come out of that crater that was Maximum Male Models, brought to you by Vince McMahon, and still be relevant and with LA be a top star, be a world champion contender, and with Maxxine arguably right now technically be a world champion contender, says more on them than on WWE Creative, I'll say. Rhea for the win in less than 8 minutes. All right, so Curtis, if you're wrong, what do I get? Okay. I regret clicking on that one, but do yourself a favor and just don't do that. She hasn't had that many singles matches. I can't imagine why. I'd rather see Ivy versus Rhea. Fair enough. I mean, but Ivy really hasn't had much to, like what Jobson was saying right there. Ivy has not had that many singles matches either, respectfully, especially recently. She's almost become more of a manager, much like Maxxine has, than a regular in-ring competitor. As I'm coming back to Rhea kissing the belt with a Dirty Dom collar on, by the way. So Maxxine coming out here with Ivy Niles. So KJ might be right here of Ivy might be the one that causes the hiccup here of I was trying to help you and I hurt you instead here. Third Rock from the Sun. Yeah, a little bit. She's out there. What's his name? John Lithgow. There. Well, granted, he was the male on that show, but he's the only one that I can remember on their actual name out of the cast there. Larry, Red Dad. Not going to happen. Well, could happen. I don't think it'll happen. I think if we bring Mandy back, would you, if that's the way you bring Mandy Rose back? I don't think so. Van Stegen, 5 minutes tops, Rhea for the win. So here, we'll take this before we get ding ding real quick. So get your comments in fast and furious of over under how long this match lasts. So I'll start it at the top of at 8:50 as I'm at 8:49. So you get an extra minute here as we've got ding ding. I'll give it 10 minutes tops. 10 minutes is too long for me. And 10 minutes is being gracious. 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't know how long, but she'll have the 1, 2, 3 kid spot. Oh, you think she sneaks up the win? JV's taking Maxxine. 5 minutes. Well, no. Marvin, that's only more in AW that they only last 5 minutes. As Maxxine with a Hurricane Rana counter into the corner on Rhea. As even Rhea's popping up. What the hell was that? Missile drop kick. Sloppy. Just embrace it. Just she's trying to do the best that she can do. You said this match was going to last 3 minutes. Just let her make the best out of them 3 minutes then. Maxxine for the win. Taking the champ here. I don't see why you won. Did someone say 3 minutes? No Rosie, no Jamal. 4 minutes is WWE formatting. This will be a 4-minute match. So, right now we're technically on my watch. We're a minute in, just to keep everyone up to date. Like I said, I started at 8:50 my clock here. I'm Eastern Standard Time. As Rhea, I like this from Rhea, and I don't think I've seen this. Shit, I kind of feel like they're going to build Maxxine, though, with this. If she's sitting there talking down to her, like literally slithers up beside her, pause. And you think this is funny? Oh, she's got her in a Texas cloverleaf. Oh, god damn it. And she taps. So, all right, come back and boast about your glory.
That went almost too long. Almost too long.
I don't even think that by my full timer, like I gave it
actually
less time than it actually had.
Ivy and Rhea looking eye to eye. I like it.
No, they're not looking eye to eye. She's looking eye to shoulder.
Well, if she stood on Maxxine, it would make it a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm saying that was 2 minutes and 47 seconds, which is close enough.
Either way, I was out. I said fucking 10 minutes.
10?
There were people that picked Maxxine to win.
Somebody picked Maxxine to win?
Multiple people.
That was the 3 minutes that it was I threw sloppy in the chat for like they struggled to get up for the power bomb. They struggled to get the Hurricane Rana to look good. They struggled to get the ripcord to look good, but it is what it is.
Well, especially if you're going to have that match just be an ultimate squash match.
A Chance and Carter package at EDC Orlando.
EDM of how many vitamins were they on?
Bangarang!
Over under 3 or more.
Murder.
How long was their trip? 3 minutes or more.
Right? So the festival goers are of WWE apparently.
Yeah, the rave girls.
2-0, 1-0, 1-1, 2-0. The Party Girls. Epic women's match. Tony Khan, take notes. All the good shit happened. Real was fucking silent for days. We didn't hear shit from this man. He couldn't wait for a hiccup. That match sucked, and you're not wrong. But man, where were you when all?
Actually, no, still 100%. I thought his comment was fully satirical. Of yeah, Tony, take notes. Actually, book your women. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Don't just let them go out there and do whatever the fuck.
If Rhea Ripley goes longer than 3 minutes with Maxxine, it's a problem. Right? Not every match should go through a commercial break, guys.
Hey, hold on. What you talking about? Sometimes you need to go through a commercial break.
Yeah, but not Maxxine versus Rhea Ripley. That's got to be a squash.
No, you're fine. It was a joke.
Yeah, right? Oh, sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes you don't need to go fast. Sometimes you need to take it slow. There ain't nothing wrong with
next.
A little bump.
Up next, CM Punk.
Fucker. Son of a. All right. Well then.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, they're doing the top of the hour. Let's go.
Right. R-Truth possibly beat down by JD tonight. I could see them doing like a R-Truth versus Dom or R-Truth versus JD McDonough, like just for shits and giggles, something to do.
I still say if R-Truth gets beat up, we riot. We march at dawn if R-Truth is hurt.
Yeah. See, Keyshawn gets the vibe. But listen, the man wasn't wrong. I mean, he definitely had an opinion. I just love how quiet he is when things are going right. Where were you during this?
He just came back. Don't shun him away already. Welcome them back in with open arms.
It's like, oh wait, they fucked up. I gotta go tell people.
You might be wrong, but we still love you.
The Fire Festival twins. I like it.
Out there on just a blow up mattress. And a fucking blown over fucking tent.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the champ crushed the valet. It went exactly what it was supposed to be. It showed that, Maxxine's still a little bit green, But she's won herself over with her personality and hanging around with the Shoosh boy.
A little bit green. She's greener than a fucking Christmas tree, my guy.
Yeah, she's like a fucking spinach fucking smoothie.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Rhea having problems lifting Maxxine, huh? Well, Maxxine was turned into a wet noodle. Back to your alien.
Right,
comment.
there's this thing called sandbagging.
Right, her knees pop backwards like other aliens.
Right, you ever try to powerbomb a Maxxine? It feels like a bag of sand.
I've tried to powerbomb a few.
Whoa, now.
Pause.
Jackknife or pump handle?
Ripcord. Welcome to the United Kingdom segment featuring CM with your host, Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, and HBK Shawn Michaels. Why is it United Nations segment?
You're just used to, your country's used to being under a kingdom much more recently than ours.
Right. Packers lead the Giants. And that's an interesting development. The Packers have looked good over the last few weeks. As things roll along, our fantasy football still rolling along. We're heading into the playoffs. So that's going to be fun to see. And lots going on. Nick battling for first, me battling for second. We're on each other's toes. I like it.
There's the strong potential right now, because I've already looked at the predicted playoff seedings. There's the strong potential you and I face each other in the playoffs to make the championship.
Yeah, no trades to be made this time going into this one.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
Somebody's gonna have a meltdown and release half their team.
Right. There you go. Waiver wire. Look out.
That's what it comes down to at this point. Christ, I have Justin Herbert who can fracture his finger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Smile Mark has pretty much been in first place in the fantasy faction the whole season. Him and his fucking bonus tie.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, you said fantasy faction versus fantasy league. But yeah, the fucking tie. He's gonna, if he loses, if he doesn't win the championship, I anticipate a Patrick Mahomes meltdown.
It's time for Punk. Give us a little Macaulay Culkin up in the house.
Does that make us the Wet Bandits? Pause.
We could be the Sticky Bandits.
Double pause.
The sequel.
They did that.
The Wrestling Bandits.
A bunch of other ones that weren't good either.
Right. As Adam Pearce is in the ring, it's time. Where'd Rio go? Rio, let's talk about it.
Right. It's time. He needs to make a decision.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be the main event, Vance.
After 25 years of knowing him.
People gotta love Scrap Daddy, man. He's good.
I'm still waiting for him versus Aldis at like Mania or something.
Give it time. It's new. It's new. Like we're still rubbing it. It's new.
Pause.
Yeah, Cleveland too fucking quiet for my liking.
Seriously.
There we go. They had to see him first. Is he really coming?
Right. They had to believe he was actually coming out.
His music.
I like the whole hell froze over gimmick though.
Yeah, no, it's wicked. And even like what we saw on NXT at Deadline of, comes out in our Bret Hart hoodie to talk to Shawn Michaels. Like, how apropos was that?
What? You and him made up? I made up with Triple H.
Richard hoping for a Finn Punk. I don't see it.
No, I'm honestly waiting here. Burn it down.
Right. Yeah, I think so. Fucking lame.
Yeah, Cleveland sucks. Despite what Drew Carey might tell you, Cleveland does not rock. Cleveland sucks.
Gothic Black Rose booing the Punk man. That's fair. That's allowed. No Pepsi for you.
Only Coke.
Oh,
Shout out Tony Khan.
Punk is raw.
Pause.
I knew you were going to do it. I waited. And people might not realize, like, Scrap Daddy and Punk have a bit of history. They've crossed paths in the past.
Now they came alive now with the CM Punk chance. But yeah, no, they have the whole Ring of Honor lineage together.
That
Like,
was
think
it.
about it. Scrap Daddy was one of the guys in Ring of Honor for a good bit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see what jabs he makes that go over people's heads this week.
I see all these signs and I hear all these people. I read all these comments and I hear all these people.
Is that his way of being like, there's people here? This is awesome.
Well, I was gonna say that's how we feel at times. So we'll show up here and we be in a solid mood, and then we read all these comments, we see all these people, and it perks us right back up.
Yeah. Oh, I think some of the Moxley fans booed him a little. I love you guys. They were like, get over it.
Bleed.
Yeah,
I'm only here for blood. But you even see Punk at like Deadline and everything, to where he's backstage after like Dragon Lee comes through and everything, and he's getting excited. Like he's back there watching matches and everything. Like, regardless of how you feel about Punk, guy's a veteran. Guys knows what he's doing. He can say he's arguably one of the best in the world, because that's a factual statement.
Yeah, and he's talking right now about how he made his debut in this building. But yeah, I mean, again, I kind of go back to, I've read a lot of stories of a lot of young talent that were really appreciative of the time that Punk spent with them. And I mean, it can't be all bad, right?
No, I think he's a dinosaur to an extent in this era of he's the last that grew up with guys like Taker or anything that would be main event guys that would still sit there and stay back and watch everything throughout the whole show, so they could give this bit of that advice to that guy that comes through the curtain, that bit of advice, etc., etc.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Cleveland!
Cleveland's like, is that us?
Did we do that? Did we do that? Story time with CM Punk, baby.
Okay.
Because I can't talk about the past because of NDAs.
He made a Mickey James reference. Interesting. I missed it. Did he say hardcore country and I didn't know?
I didn't catch that.
Talking about Indy.
Well, he's even saying, of love it or hate it, I had to make the hardest decision and I had to get off the hamster wheel.
Right.
If you were disappointed, I apologize. I apologize, you son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Well, if he's using the crowd to indicate whether he goes to Raw,
which show to be on? Fuck Cleveland.
At this point, he might end up on NXT. Shit.
He might end up back in AW. Fuck.
Seriously, like, why are we in Cleveland for a fan vote?
Right. Can't we have any time he shows up in Chicago? Oh. My mind was already made up when I looked at the calendar and I saw Cleveland. Oh boy.
No one's ever said that other than Drew Carey.
Facts. No. Maybe if my mind was made up of I know we're gonna at least win this game.
Yeah.
Let's go, though. Almost 10 years to the day. CM Punk walks out. CM Punk walks right back in, regardless of how you feel about it.
I like it.
Hey!
Yeah.
Star.
Someone's going to cut this off. Burn it down!
Mans was out here almost halfway stealing my gimmick. If you can have that, that even what I'm mad at.
CM Punk is home. Oh, now they're cheering again.
I just got him signing the contract right now. So CM Punk is official, like a referee whistle. Now I got to burn it down.
There it is. There it is. Here we go. Burn it down, folks. Yes.
This is what we all waiting for.
Let's go. And I see a couple chat, man. We'll get there. We got to focus.
No, I see Mega saying, yeah, he signed for $700 million for 10 years like Shohei.
Jesus Christ.
Except he might be able to pitch a baseball. Wow. If you're happy about it, click subscribe. If you're happy about it and you want to really shout it, go ahead and drop a super chat.
And subscribe.
Right. And subscribe. Drop a like. I don't know if the fucking flashing lights from his song, like his intro or his suit, but I'm getting thrown off by Seth here.
It's a bit of both. He's sparkly. He's sparkling. Why is it sparkling?
Purple rain, purple rain.
A heel turn is coming, but for who is the question? Seth.
Neither. They're both right, and they both can work. It's Tweener Mania running wild.
This will Cleveland up a little bit. Yeah, there's a buzz in the air for this.
Yeah. As we're holy
shit.
Holy shit. We're in church. We just keep hearing holy.
Holy, holy,
holy. Actually, we more just hear Holt because they're quick on the fucking trigger.
This is amazing.
This man has been back for 3 weeks and has had 3 moments already that have broken WWE fucking television.
But I like it. Not a word needs.
Oh no! I'm saying it's a.
No, I'm with you. Yeah. I'm just sorry. I guess I shouldn't have put "but" in there. Also, yeah. I like it.
This man, single-handedly, that's all you remember from Survivor Series after everything. Then you have the Raw afterwards. Christ, then he shows up on SmackDown. Now he's back here, and we've got him eye to eye with Seth Rollins.
All right, dude, this is gonna cook. I want to hear what he got to say.
Right, we're gonna have to be a little quiet.
We'll gently keep you guys posted, but I hope you're watching right now. Seth and Punk are face to face for the first time in a long time,
and they're chanting right along.
Rollins,
Monday Night Rollins.
Take a picture of that longer.
How fortunate you are to even be standing here.
That's true, Goff. That's facts.
Oh,
I like it.
Don't you dare call this place your home.
I like it. Holy pause.
Holy sugar honey iced tea.
I have goosebumps. My goosebumps have goosebumps.
My goosebumps have goosebumps. My chills have frostbite.
It's funny the mix of the oh and fucking CM Punk chants. It's really interesting.
Right.
You abandoned this place 10 years ago.
You actively tried to tear it down. How much of this, though, is what comes around is all around? Hey, Phil Brooks, meet your Paul Levesque, or welcome to your role as Paul Levesque.
Yeah, kind of. That's actually really nice, man. That's a really good point.
Now this is Seth is in his spot of you actively tried to tear this down.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than I'm the one that's trying to do this better. I'm trying to do it better to keep you the fuck away from this.
Yeah. And now we get more Seth though chance. It's the best kind. There's realism to it.
There's that scathing bit of truth that just drips down the fucking blade as he just stabs him with every shot. This is our home.
And for people who think that his contract expiring, I know someone asked about Becky, that he means that when he says what he said. He's not going nowhere.
Right.
TK, take notes. That was like, this is real glass. Cry me a river.
Right. Take all of the notes. Actually, Christ, anyone out there that wants to be a pro wrestler, take notes. Take notes of this and take notes of his promo on SmackDown. Take notes because this is a masterclass.
But
he wants him on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
You want to be part of WWE? I want you right where I can see you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
This is your last chance.
Love it. It's fact. Yeah. I agree, God. That's why I loved it.
Self-destruct like you always do.
Facts. I might defend Punk, but that's fact.
But that's what makes this great. This is what makes this.
It's got feeling.
The fucking notch above.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
You got any gas left in this old tank? Maybe one day you'll be lucky enough. This drips of the Attitude Era of just nothing but top talent showing and openly going at each other. And we've just got fucking star match versus star match versus star match versus star match.
I like it.
And there's that lick of truth to everything.
I hope you get a chance at this belt so I can prove to everybody what a fraud you are.
In real time.
Best on best.
Iron sharpens iron.
Dude,
that's again why we do what we do. Iron sharpens iron, lad.
I'm actually, it's so funny to see Seth and CM Punk face to face. Seth considerably bigger than Punk.
A bit. Well, it's still funny to me. Are you done? I was just about to say it's so funny to see like you have Seth looking from the position of Hunter, cutting the promo like Punk, and you have
nice.
Punk.
Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good.
Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good. It's just still, it's to me that's that whole comparable of when, you know, Punk would go at Hunter, and now it's the same thing, just from a different point of view. CM Punk is entering the Royal Rumble.
It's official. I'm entering the Rumble. I'm coming after Seth.
And when CM Punk wins, it's you.
Maybe. I like that, though. Are you done? That's your one pass. I gave it to you. You get that one. I'll see you later.
That
was good.
Oh, it's nothing but great. It's having that good little bite of barbecue at a fucking restaurant. You're like, I'm gonna just start coming back here every fucking week. If that's the goddamn sampler powder, I'll be here every goddamn week.
Mm-hmm. And I like it. I know, like, a couple people commented about the snapback, like, ooh, but you don't want it to go too long, and you don't want to give everything away in the first interaction, right? So Punk just says, that's your one. I'll catch you on the flip side. So there's more on that bone. People want more. Oh, man, I wish they would have kept going. Like, that's what you want to leave your fan base with, wanting more.
Yeah, this isn't AEW. We don't have to build to a show that's happening tomorrow night or anything like that. We can build all the way to Royal Rumble, etc. And beyond that, this could be a storyline just going into the Rumble. We don't pay it off till after the Rumble. Who would have thought? Storyline building. What a novel idea.
Punk could win this Rumble, man.
Well, I'm going to eliminate myself from this Rumble real quick.
Yeah, you're getting chucked over the top as we go to Valhalla. We got Ivar talking about his rivalry with Bronson. And folks, if you're just tuning in, CM Punk officially in the Rumble. We know he teased it on Friday, but he signs with Raw tonight, and now he's heading towards the Rumble. He wants that Mania main event. Now, for the damn near 70 people watching right now, how many of you think Punk wins the Rumble? Show of hands. Let's go. I want to know. Can CM Punk win the Rumble? And if you want to throw on how you feel about it, I'm curious. But it's got it right now. You got Cody and you got Rollins. Not Rollins, Punk. You got Rollins, you got Roman. Those are your options. Now, we know we have the Elimination Chamber. So if Cody doesn't win the Rumble, he could win Chamber. There's other ways to get there. I think Punk takes it. Punk wins the Rumble. Punk wins. Him and Cody should go in 1-2. I think him and Cody should go in 1-2. What's up, Kyle? How you doing? Great segment. Battle of the Beef 2. Let's go. So we are going to commercial break, Curtis. I'm not sure what number we're on, but yes, we're going to commercial break. Up next, Ivar, Bronson Reed, two big, beefy boys who have had nothing but heat for the last little bit are going to go toe-to-toe. And again, we talked about that segment. I thought well delivered, well played. I'm wondering what the naysayers out there are going to find flawed in that one. Not too many overt jabs at anything. Talked about looking forward, not looking backwards. And officially enters himself into the Royal Rumble. Everybody's been anticipating Seth and Punk being in the same ring at the same time. The legitimate heat there. And I thought Seth killed it. But Seth has been carrying Raw for months. He made that title around his waist legitimate, which I said when they came out with that title, they needed a workhorse like Seth who was going to deliver week in, week out, pay-per-view after pay-per-view, and make that title worth battling for. And I think they have. I know some people still joke it's the consolation prize. Yeah, kind of, sort of, but it might be the more exciting of the two prizes, right? So I thought it was well delivered. I see Punk go in 25. There you go. Okay. It is true. Reed and Ivar closed down an Arby's. Yeah, no shit. Could you imagine being the owner of an all-you-can-eat buffet and those two come walking in? I say nay. Mello call up. Let's go. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes has been announced as the NXT representative for the U.S. title tournament. I think he's going to beat Waller. I think he's going to get to the second round. He might not get past the second round, but I could see Carmelo Hayes taking a W in the first round. It might be a roll-up, but I could see it happening. CM Punk is the wise man. Well, that's still an interesting tale to be told at some point, perhaps, J-Boy. CM Punk, I got that one because it moved. Love that last segment with Punk. Give me him versus Seth now. That's it, John. I'm with you. And again, I think they left you wanting more, right? They didn't give all their jabs. Like, Seth got off a lot. This is our home. You abandoned us. You tried to tear us down. And just check. We know that's accurate. And Punk, instead of firing back and no, that's enough. We'll see you later. And I think that's well played. You want the fans wanting more. And I think we've talked about it sometimes in wrestling booking of, here's a situation, just have it. And I think this is better storytelling overall. I enjoyed that. CM Punk got that one 3 times now. I don't want Punk to win. I want Orton. What if Orton wasn't in the Rumble? What if Orton was competing for Roman's title at the Rumble? Is that a possibility? Roman does return this Friday, folks. Punk is going to do an HBK from 1 to win it all. Yeah. I thought that's how Cody needs to do it. After what they did last year with Cody was so bullshit. And I was so mad at how they played that out. We knew Cody was returning, and they couldn't help but be the WWE. Comes out 30, gets the W. And it actually, to me, hurt with the return of Cody because it was just so bullshit, so easy. Let's go home. I think to make up for that, I like the idea. Cody, number 1 or 2, Punk, number 1 or number 2. And for the whole Royal Rumble, you wonder if they can hold on. And they get down to the final 2, and you don't know who's going to advance their story. Is CM Punk going to write his comeback story? Is he going to look for his vindication and get that WrestleMania main event? Or is Cody going to be on the right path to writing his story to finally complete the never-ending story that is Cody Rhodes? It's very compelling. Ivar vs. Reed, sponsored by Arby's. Yeah, absolutely. They got all the beef. Valhalla is here. As Ivar continues his single push in the absence of his partner, Eric. So, of course, Valhalla's love interest. Disciplinary committee is the new right to censor. Oh my God, Keyshawn. That is brilliant. I appreciate that. That is amazing. Let's do that. They should run that on a gimmick on TV, right? Turn Brian into the smarmy little disciplinarian, the hall monitor of AEW. CM Punk signs with TNA live on Raw. Let's go, Rocco. Yes. Yeah, no. However, they did sign Trent Seven. As I got a big giant red AR boat floating across my screen. Dun, dun, dun. All right, folks, if you haven't made a prediction yet, who is going to win the beef off tonight? I wonder if this continues. I wonder if it doesn't work out and we got to keep going with these two. I'm okay with it. CM Punk needs more in his bag. Pause. Are you saying he has no marbles? If Punk is not number 2 in the Rumble, I pick numbers 14 or 15. Fair enough. Again, it's just a theory, guys. Could he be 14 or 15? Yeah. I just like the idea of like 2 guys that the fan base, it will create a lot of talk. The fan base won't be able to decide on who should win it. So I like them kind of paralleling each other. And again, they don't have to be the final 2 because we're going to get some big returns. We're going to get some buzz. You still have names like LA Knight, though I think he might be falling back a little with everything else that's going on. You still got a Jey in the mix. This is going to be an insane Royal Rumble. And we only know 2 people so far. That's enough for me. Curtis, Ivar vs. Reed in a meat locker match sponsored by Arby's. There you go. There you go. Do you want CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble or Cody Rhodes? I'm torn, Damian. I'm torn. To me, it's a tough call. Cody won it, and Cody can get to Roman without the Rumble. I think the better visual, the better thing, or that better moment for me is, if Punk does win the Rumble and he's standing there pointing at the Mania logo, that's viral as fuck. Like that's what they're looking at, is what is going to be the most, like Cody winning, big deal, huge deal. But he did win it last year in kind of a lackluster fashion. Part of Punk's vindication tour is getting, oh wow, both men down on the outside. We go back into commercial? Come on, Dubs. WWE making it hard to get into their own matches. Stardust and NXT. Yeah, that's what they should do. Got Reed for the win. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'll go Reed as well. This match is going to be a banger. So far, so good. WWE need to hire us. Let's go. We've been saying that for a while, Easy Big. Again, I predict CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble and faces Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40 for the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, because I think if just on paper, if we ignore all the other pieces, right? Because again, could it happen that neither one of them win the Rumble? Potentially. There's enough talent there, but I can't imagine it at this point. But let's say if I'm looking at just those two, I think you have the opportunity to have Cody doesn't win the Rumble. And then Cody starts talking about, oh no, I'm not going to be able to complete my story. Sell us on the doom and gloom. The story's over, folks. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then he gets a chance. You go to Perth, you be in the Elimination Chamber. If you win the chamber, you get to call your shot. And then you have Punk going after Seth. You get Cody going after Roman. And if that's night one, night two, guys, the rest of the show is going to be pretty fucking gravy to book behind those two events. Rollins, Rhodes, Nakamura, McIntyre, Priest, Zayn, Jey, Roman, Solo, LA, Punk, Orton, Owens, Styles. The main event picture is stacked. That's the one thing that's great about this. And I know there's fans that remember the dark times of WWE and the lazy Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard fucking booking, that they didn't care what they put out there. And we watched things be predictable and stale and homogenized and just horrible all around. I was one of those fans, gave up on the shit because of it. And again, shout out to Tony Khan for starting a company that brought me back into it. But at the end of the day, you look at what Hunter's kind of said. We want to fill the shows. You know, he was a part of a generation where every segment mattered. Every segment had something worth watching. And I think that's what he's attempting here. It's taken some time. I know people want their instant gratification, but they are building, they are growing, they're getting better by the minute. And it looks promising. How, like, really, with this much talent, it's hard to fuck shit up, right? Because if you do have a Seth Punk match and Seth wins, great. Punk wins, great. It's really hard to screw this shit up. Like, there's a lot of options there. And I mean, there's even names that you didn't mention, and there's also potential other names getting in the mix. It is a busy time, and I think Trips is trying to do that with the women. You see what he's done with the women's division lately, highlighting them. You see what he's doing with the NXT, well, Sean and Trips, I guess, are doing with the NXT women's division, really putting on a show with them. And I think he's trying to do it with tag teams. We're seeing more and more tag team segments, more and more focus on viable tag teams. He's working on filling these shows. And last week's Monday was really good. I enjoyed Monday Night Raw. I'm enjoying tonight. Something to talk about, something to feel good. Not sitting there, you know, halfway through the show going, oh my God, this is exhausting. Still too many commercials, but the booker, the guy making the matches, can't control, you know, Nick Khan and the money-making machine. These two men are still stomping each other, well, slugging each other at this point. Big power. Wow. CM Punk versus Cedric Alexander on main event. Book it. Let's go. I'm excited. I hope Cedric actually gets into some stuff. And I think you see like Dragon Lee, you see a lot of young talent that's, you know, Axiom, Nathan Frazier, Noam Dar. I don't know. I think there's a niche somewhere here that Triple H is trying to open up. And I would be really curious to see if Triple H can do a cruiserweight division better than Vince McMahon could, because Vince couldn't do it to save his fucking life. Excuse my language. I wanted Otis in this match as well. Man, you'd have to do it in the parking lot, JV. Come on now. To reinforce the ring like a mofo. Viking jobbers for the W. I read it as ew. No, yeah. Oh my God. Cannonball from the top. Ivar with the flip. Two old 96ers. Meat. Just meat. Straight up meat. They need a meat division. I want a super heavyweight division. And one of these companies need to give it to me. Shit, we got the global championship coming out of New Japan. Moxley, Dave Finlay, or Will Ospreay, I believe. At Wrestle Kingdom 8 will be crowned the New Japan global champion. So belts everywhere. I want a super heavyweight belt. We got a lot of super heavyweights. Let's do this up. You know, the 225 plus. You add Gunther, Lashley, Lesnar, Miz, Balor. I want Gunther to be in the Rumble, and I want Brock to come back, and that begins their walk to Mania. Because you're so used to Brock coming in and chucking out everybody, or maybe Brock does come in and chuck out a few people, but then Gunther walks in, and it's a new game. Huge suplex, and we get the win. Whoa! Bronson Reed with the W coming off the top. Break 6. Yeah, it feels like it. Now, yeah, I can't forget about Gunther. Again, what if Gunther wants a title? That is, again, like not a bad problem. I feel like Gunther's ready to move on from the IC title. But where do you put him? How do you fit it in? How do you make it work? It's not a bad problem to have, but you got to figure it out. Punk will be in the Rumble. Yes, Larry Mack. He will. He will. Both men are down. KJ, 15 guys in the Rumble make up the main event picture. Who the hell is going to win this? I say Gunther. JV, that's a bold statement. As Punk talking to Judgment Day. What did he just say? Welcome to our show, Punk, says Damien. Another Ring of Honor alum. Could you imagine CM Punk comes all the way back, wins the title, and Damien takes it away from him? As the Judgment Day make their way out, interesting interaction with Punk and the Judgment Day. Could you imagine? Punk goes over Rollins and then Damien comes out and hijacks Punk. People losing their mind and then losing their mind. And I think you could get away with that on night 1 because people will only be mad for 24 hours because night 2 kicks in. I want another Ripley versus Sasha Banks. Make it happen. Give it time. That's one of my bold predictions is Sasha Banks is on her way back. That is one of KJ's. Me and Nick are going to have to sit down and we're going to come up with maybe some bold predictions for 2024. KJ, I like your booking. You must have to make Cody and Punk the final 2 in the ring at the Rumble. It's such a great story. Yeah, because there's gonna be a large contingent of fans that are in the mindset of Punk has to win this. It's his comeback tour. There's no way he doesn't get the Mania, main event. This is what this is all about. But then there's Cody, who's been writing this story for more than a year. And he's already been writing the story, and Punk's just kind of trying to hijack his book. So, yeah, I think there's definitely potential there. That's the way I see it. Again, I'll hold out and see what happens, but that's the way I see it. Speaking of final 2.
Oh, I was going to say, speaking of hijacking, and then Tony just feared for his life during the whole finality of that Royal Rumble match of, wait, these are 2 guys I let go?
I've been saying that for if you didn't have the pre-existing stories kind of already built in, I still think it would be hilarious if it was Cody versus Punk night 1, just because it's like, the WrestleMania main event brought to you by
in the Fuck You Tony match.
Yeah, right.
But so no, I'm fully here for the idea of bold prediction. So let's give a teaser here. You already said Sasha's your bold prediction. What was your full bold prediction for Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks?
Sasha will be returning to the WWE, and most likely in the Rumble. That will be epic. People will lose their fucking mind for that.
So your bold prediction is Sasha returns at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I will go CM Punk will be a world champion before WrestleMania.
Before WrestleMania. Wow, interesting. That is a bold prediction.
You said it actually. He could beat Rollins, and then we have the rematch at Mania.
Okay.
You get Seth to lean into that. you're only here in like how I said before, it's like Paul talking to Hunter or Paul talking to Punk just from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And you just lean the other way into it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a bold prediction. That'd be crazy if that happened.
Like I said, it's a bold prediction. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's one of
Right?
those shoot your shot.
No, I definitely see Sasha coming back. I definitely like the idea of Cody and Punk being the final two in the Rumble. Just because I think it has everybody guessing at that point.
What about Dwayne?
If Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
if he shows up, he gotta. Well, I think it was JV mentioned. Even though outside of our like top group, like your Rainey's, your Drews, you've still got a Gunther, a Miz, a Bobby Lashley that could all be in the mix.
Yeah, no, and we just had the chat kind of list out a whole bunch of names in the same idea of like it is crazy, like 15 guys in the Rumble, all main event level talent. And you look at like your question that you asked and answered. Yeah, I mean, you really could have Punk. I just think the visual of Punk winning it is interesting, like the best picture you want. At the end of the Rumble, him pointing away. With The Rock, Rock can't be anywhere near the Rumble. If The Rock's in the Rumble or wins the Rumble, I'll be very disappointed. Fuck off, Rock. He doesn't need the Rumble.
That's not just a rock. That's a boulder. But does this make this year's Royal Rumble the most interesting Royal Rumble of all time?
Oh,
there's nothing set in concrete. Everything else has felt like there's something set in concrete.
Yeah, I think in addition to the names that are involved, the fact of who's calling the shots makes this the most unpredictable, most anticipated Royal Rumble in decades, if not ever.
Your Royal Rumble Final Four: Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Triple H, and HBK.
Could you imagine? Oh my! As Judgment Day comes out now, how do you feel about the idea? CM Punk actually beats Seth in the main event, and Triple H is like, "Wait a minute, you're going to give it to Damian a couple seconds later."
Oh,
we give you your main event, motherfucker, but you ain't leaving with the belt.
Hunter, get it. Hunter, take it away.
Right?
That would be just. That's the ultimate. Are you in here? Are you in or are you out? You decide, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Your aces and eights with fucking Hot Topic lighting. Well, no, even look at this. They've all got now matching biker vests with skulls and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like all you're missing is Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe, and you've got the aces and eights.
Mm-hmm. Who's going to come out and interrupt this?
Step up and get put down. Why does that not sound intimidating at all coming out of Finn, though?
We're talking about the Creed brothers. Dun, dun, dun.
But this is a note, though, that I like that they're starting to do with their promos. If it's not just a feud, we're going to set up multiple feuds. I'm going to mention pretty much every babyface.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever answers the fucking call that day, cool.
Yeah. But here we are talking about Rumble. Here we are talking about who could main event.
Giant ass can booze instantly for Dom.
Oh! Big pop for our truth.
Oh.
I went by the clubhouse.
I just got our truth coming out right now. This man is a wrestling god. He's the Christmas present of pro wrestling. He is the gift that keeps on fucking giving.
How are you going to have a holiday party and not send me an invitation? I agree with KJ. Thank you, Andy. I think Sasha Banks comes back at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I do too.
Does she come back and not win it?
She might actually win it. If she comes back, I could see her winning it. But right now, my another bold prediction, Jade Cargill wins the Royal Rumble.
So you get Jade versus Rhea.
Final two, Sasha and Jade.
Oh, well, see, I think we're still going to do the Damage Control versus Women's 4 Horsewomen match. So I think if Sasha shows up, she's not winning.
That's fair. That helps.
Who I actually think's going to win it is Bianca.
Bianca could win it. I just feel like been there, done that.
But we haven't seen her versus Rhea.
I don't think she. Oh, maybe she would. Yeah, we haven't seen that. But I don't think she'd go after Rhea.
I don't give a shit. I want that match. That's what we. That's your Becky Charlotte of this generation. Of this rookie class, that's your Becky Charlotte.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Damian.
You got to stop calling yourself the boss.
It makes mommy mad. What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? People over there. What's up? What's up?
I feel like they're going to jump truth, my guy. I like you.
Earlier, and I hate it. I'm telling you, we attack at dawn if they touch our truth.
Everybody likes truth. Even Mr. Lucky Charms, Finn Balor.
Yeah.
What's up? They're going to jump him. They're being too nice to him. It's the bully move. You feel it in the air. There it is. You get a clothesline?
Accept me. Son of a. All right, like I said, we attack at dawn. We ride at dawn.
We're heading to Cleveland.
Right.
Can we wait till March or April?
Yeah, fair enough.
Uh-oh. The Creed brothers, the #1 contenders.
Do we ever split the tag team titles, or we just keep them
eventually
across both brands?
I think they're going to split them, dude. Yeah, I think they have to. I think they need to come up. I think it's just that patience game of building the depth, getting enough bodies in place.
Yeah, but are we almost... At this point, I feel like we know that there's tag teams on both brands. I feel like we're running that course of we're tiptoeing by the window of keeping it going a little too long past its expiration date.
I think, and I'm only guessing. Oh, big drop kick by Julius. Down goes Finn. Oh, no. No. Wow. The Creed's getting the better of Judgment Day here tonight. And if you want to get the Creeds over, 6-man tag with R-Truth, motherfucker.
Oh, my God. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they win and then they lose the fucking title match. That's the fucking thing.
I don't know.
It's wrestling booking 101. What goes up must come down. Spinning wheel got to go out.
Why Dawn? What a cliche. I think Nick was playing into the cliche. Oh, Finn and Drew. Oh, hello.
And again, eye to shoulder. Eye to shoulder. I don't care about your story.
Everybody running around trying to finish a story like we're at a fucking writers conference.
Well, they were all waiting for the Screen Actors Guild strike to fucking happen. They were all just waiting to finish the story. What did I do?
Oh, wow. Pierce just announced the day one edition. Hey, Cove! At the day one edition of Monday Night Raw, Drew will take on Seth for the title.
Hey, CM Punk's best friend.
I'm glad you're here, man.
I heard you're awful at video games.
I think we're gonna get either IC title gauntlet or tournament.
Yeah, team baby faces. Let's all have a meeting together. But it's so interesting that we moved from day one being a premium live event to now it's the day one episode of Monday Night Raw, like you were saying.
It's funny as shit, right? But Drew will take on Seth.
Oh.
Here come the EDM girls.
Beat that beat up. Burn.
It's so little.
Right, yeah. We have Katana Chance and Kaden Carter taking on Candice LeRae and India Hartwell, and you could tell by the hesitation in my voice of announcing that of how excited and fucking just
right away I was like,
I am for this match.
Feels like a break match.
Well, I will ask you if you need to do one before I do.
Yeah, I might have to get that done.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that here as I, beat that beat up.
Yeah, stories are becoming like assholes here in the WWE.
Well, hey, we've talked about, as you're going to take your pause. Go ahead. You can answer this when you come back. I do like it on the one hand. Grant, I very much like, and I might have to grab that like and that with two hands with Nikita Lyons. But I do like that everybody in WWE has a storyline, and we're still getting back acclimated to that because that's a little bit of, at least certain wrestling fans of a certain vintage kind of grew up with, of love it or hate it. That was the Vince Russo-ish, at least era, the Cornette-ish era of booking in WWE, and even a bit in WCW, of everybody from top of the card to the bottom of the card had a story, and that 100% fully fits here. It's just they're still trying to figure out and work out with having 3 hours of television as to whose story they need to focus on and whose story they don't need to focus on, or what they might need to change up here. But with that being said, I believe I'm in commercial break. God knows how many at this point. I lost track. But I will remind everybody 100%. We just passed 3.1K after just last year. We just passed 1K. So 100% growing at a record pace. So absolutely 100% be a friend, tell a friend. Let everybody that you know and that you can know about us. Absolutely. The channel that just does not stop, the channel that just keeps getting better and better, and 100%. We try to click on all the comments, everything. We love that all of you guys show up. But we do also have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships, and everything. And unlike other channels, everything that you guys send us our way goes right back into how can we do something better, do something else, for the channel and everything. What else can we do to keep this train rolling? So 100% shout out you guys, and let's just keep this thing growing and moving and getting bigger and better into 2024. Truth funny as hell. JD, you gotta go. Yeah. Who wins Women's Royal Rumble? I'm thinking Becky or Raquel winner versus Rhea at Mania. I still go with my pick of Bianca. I know it's not the fashionable pick. I feel like she's kind of very much been almost around the title scene a bit too much. But at the same time, I really just want to see those two go at it. We've seen Rhea and Raquel. We've seen Rhea and Liv. We've seen Rhea and Becky to an extent. And I still think the Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley are going to go against Damage Control. That's your fantasy booking. That's your fan service match 100%. Do you do a Rhea versus Nia Jax? Rhea's the babyface then. Like, that's the thing, is the list gets slim pickings unless you fast track, like KJ said, if we get a Jade Cargill in there and she turns around and wins it. But do you run the risk of you pull the trigger too fast and people just turn against it just because it was fast? So I like the idea of seeing Bianca versus Rhea, and they 100% would put on a slobber knocker of a match. Wasn't Riddle fired besides what if Big E returns at the Raw? If Big E returns anywhere, Big E has to win. I will instantly pull for that man 100% anytime, anywhere that man shows up. And even if he never shows up again, 100%. He's just one of my favorite human beings on this planet Earth. Christ, that's even 100%, I will admit, where I stole the big beefy boys slapping meat from. So what in the name of 2000s do we have going on here with Chelsea Green looking like she's out of an NSYNC or Britney Spears video. We have Candice LeRae out here with pixie wings, and we have, the rave girls of Chance and Carter, who look like they're fucking the only two women left in fucking Hobbiton, I feel, with how short and petite they are. The only one I take serious in any of this, respectfully, is Piper Niven. Got Chance and Carter for the win. So, yes, I guess I will say as well, as I just shat on everybody, pause. Let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Chance and Carter, Chance Encounter, Katana Chance and Caden Carter, or Andy Hartwell and Candice the way. Hey, what do you say? Let me know who you're taking. And oh, by the way, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. But Dale's got Chance Carter for the win, as I've got Katana and Andy right now kicking it off. And no Dexy in sight here, by the way. I hate when the new signing wins the Rumble and gets fast-tracked. I want someone who has earned it. See, Small Mart. I get what you're saying there. That's where I feel there will be that backlash. Even if I think... Now, the bigger question is, which would be the bigger backlash? I'll pose this. If Punk wins the Rumble, or if Jade Cargill wins the Rumble, I feel like there would be a bigger backlash, respectfully, if Punk wins the Rumble, because everyone's going to say instantly, well, Cody's clearly not going to finish his story. Oh, can you believe that he signed there and this is all that? They're just fucking hot-shotting this and that. I think that's the bigger talking point if Punk wins the Rumble, especially as a newer signee, than if Jade Cargill wins it. So, what is the women's tag team division right now? Seriously, as I've got Tegan, Rainbow Dash, Rainbow Bright, fucking female Jeff Hardy out there with Canadian Mrs. Dress Up, with the chapeau that runs the show, with Natalia Neidhart, watching backstage. And of course, we've all got to watch it sideways. No one can watch the screen dead on, apparently. We've all got to look at it sideways. As we've got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven at ringside. We've got Indy versus Candice right now going against Katana Chance and Caden Carter. Feels very NXT to me, but yeah, what is the women's tag team division right now? It is just such a, well, you guys aren't doing anything else. How about a tag team? Do we still need the women's tag team titles on the main roster, or should this be an NXT thing? Respectfully. Oh, did they just say their tag team finisher name is Party Hardy, as it's a neck breaker from Katana Chance or from Caden Carter, and Katana Chance, aka what's her name from American Ninja Warrior, hits like a 720 moonsault for a 1-2-3 here. So I guess we've got new number one contenders of Caden Carter, Chance and Carter taking on Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, as I've got DIY backstage. And of course, Johnny Gargano's out here with the shittiest of NFL fan belts with the Cleveland Browns one, as he's pointing out how yesterday he got to kind of lead the charge out and everything for the Browns again. Yeah, good old Cleveland. Has Imperium showing up. Curtis is 4-0. Miz and DIY versus Imperium. Hey. Oh, fuck. Miz is from Cleveland. Shit. All we're missing, too, is Ziggler. Ziggler's a fucking Clevelandite, too. Oh, God damn it. Kenny, hey, guys. If I were Triple H, I wouldn't have Punk and Rollins touch each other until Mania 40. Sort of like the bill for Taz versus Sabu. Fair enough. That's not a bad shot. I think that's way too long. And I get how that worked with Heyman and the ECW and everything, because that was your really only thing. like I just don't know. I don't know if attention spans could fit there. Like I do like the callback, maybe more a bit like Austin, and could we get it to where we build up to like an Austin Hunter type thing to where, oh, I can't touch you, so I'll hit Becky with a go to sleep or something like that to fucking goat you into a situation. Now, granted, that would be clearly a heel turn by Punk, but maybe that's more of the situation that might be closer to that scenario of the no contact rule. As I've got Becky walking out right now, so that looks like it's at least going to kick off the top of the hour, if not be the main event. But hey, so far Monday Night Raw has been moving along great. It's had its moments to where wasn't the best wrestling, wasn't 5-star classics in and out every second, but at the start and end of every hour has been a goddamn moment. I will say that. It's going to be LeBron James. Wolfenstein, lad. I could actually see Punk as champion defending versus Rollins at WrestleMania. There we go. So see David's along there with the ride. Pause. Nikki stalking Becky. Is that a thing? I didn't see it. It was, if she was there, I haven't seen it. So KJ's agreeing with Kenny. You kill Kenny. Man Imperium is so much bigger than DIY. Yeah, well, it's so funny to me that becomes so much more noticeable because DIY has become the most watered down version of DIY, respectfully, that they can be. Like, DIY used to be the badass technical team. Same out there with, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne and Christ, even out there with Imperium when they were, Fabian Eichner and set of Giovanni Vinci and all of that. So 100% they've just become this watered down version that is just like, yeah. Why is Nikki stalking Becky? No, I just reread the comment. I didn't realize she was. I thought you were telling me she was. Break number 8. I'll take your word for it, even though I feel we could be 9 or 10 on the line here. What's up? The Chomo Rob Feinstein has the ECW arena booked for WrestleMania weekend. WrestleCon is also including a tour of the building as part of their VIP ticket. You're going to capitalize on that 100%. Like, I mean, game recognized game. I can't, even if you want to call this guy a stooge, which he might be a stooge, but 100%. That's why we even talked about a guy like Heyman gets inducted into the Hall of Fame just because they're in Philadelphia. That's the thing is Philadelphia, New York, Chicago. I feel like I can't say the whole state of Texas. Maybe LA. Like there's a solid 3 at the start of that feel like holy land when it comes to pro wrestling, I would say. Ooh, Chama. Man. Was that a Chavo reference that I just get missed there for half a second? Because I'm just thinking of, ooh, Chavo. The only good thing about Raw so far is me getting CM Punk signing with Raw, right? Christian, my guy, love you, respect you, appreciate you. Yeah, 1 in 3 odds. It's not like you can, hit the grand slam in the bottom of the 9th there, my guy. It was not a hard prediction to make. Who's your final 4 for the Rumble? If I have to be serious and not joke about including Hunter and HBK, I'll say Cody, Punk, LA Knight, and shit. The The fourth, I'll still leave as, I guess, TBD. You at least got a third out of me because there's a few multiple people you can slide into that position. I don't think an AJ fits. Nakamura, maybe. Drew, maybe. Yeah, I at least like that final three, and then fourth, you can have that. Hi, I just realized you were back. Hi.
I just got back.
Okay, well, no, I was just looking off into the abyss as I was talking, and then I just saw your face. So I was like, how long have I been talking while this man's been back?
CM Punk Cody. I like your shout of LA Knight might be in there just because people want to see it. Maybe could Gunther be in the final four?
That's not a bad, but that's the thing is there's so many that it's hard to whittle it down to four. Like, because you can even throw an outlier, like some people are saying Brock. Brock's an outlier that hasn't been on TV but could be there.
Yeah, I want Brock and Gunther to meet in the Rumble to lead to their Mania match.
Could you have somebody that's not currently signed to WWE debut in the men's Royal Rumble?
Who's out there that's a name enough, though? That would be like, oh my God.
Hammerstone, Fatu.
I don't know
if you'd say their name. No, those are names to guys like us. Those aren't names.
Yeah, it's a little trickier, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like I mean, even a Drew could be close to the end.
Right.
Finn, Damien. I could see Jey being close.
Facts. I like how we're calling back to the man-making moment.
Right.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes, take a look. Shit went sideways, but it still worked out for the best. Instead of sitting there bitching about, I got punched in the face. No, she made a fucking career out of it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It didn't work out for the best for him. So,
but when's the last time you got punched in the face and your face was all bloody like that and it worked out the best for you? With, like I'm saying with Becky, neither one worked out best. You just make the best of a shit situation.
Chicks dig scars.
What's the rest of that quote? No, go ahead. Keep talking. I'll look it up.
Chicks dig scars. Honor lasts forever.
Forever. We're part of the way there. You keep talking. I'll look it up.
By the way, the Miami Dolphins need to wake up.
No, they don't. Because I'm playing half their offense. So in fantasy. So no, they don't. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
It'd be weird to wake up tomorrow.
And if they lose, then Buffalo's looking better.
Yeah. Oh, Becky getting interrupted. But yeah, I love the fact that they leaned into, again, more real story. You know, one of the reasons why the fans don't think Nia should be in this company is because she punched Becky in the face. So yeah, Becky out here throwing her own bombs.
Right. Sorry. I now just realized where the quote was from, and I love it even more because we tied it into football with the fucking replacements.
Yeah,
Shane Falco, which is such an underrated sports movie. The Replacements is such an underrated movie. Pain heals, chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever.
Glory lasts forever. I said honor. That's right.
There goes my hero.
No,
watch him as he goes.
Instantly go into the. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified.
Oh, the
in the prison.
100% when they're all in prison. But now you're back from outer space. You just walked in with that same look upon your face.
Ooh, that's passing. God, I can't stand Becky. I think he said God can't stand her. I was like, we don't know that.
Smite me, almighty Smither.
Ken Shamrock. Final four in the Rumble.
Is it me or is Nia like a solid foot taller than Becky?
Speaking of a petite for KJ. Wait, what? Speaking of appetite, KJ? What?
Or petite. I don't know. Maybe like I'm petite.
Little petita. Big Nick, petita, KJ.
Petita KJ. You sound like Tapatia KJ.
They're getting whatted, by the way.
What? What?
Jey, Cody, Gunther, Jimmy set up Jimmy and Jey at Mania.
Nah.
That could happen before the Final Four. But
Yeah, you one,
Punk's
not
gonna be in
both.
there, Dave. Sorry, go.
No, I was just saying you need one, not both. But like you said, you set that up before you get there.
Yeah.
One costs the other. You could have Jimmy cost Jey, and then Jimmy still gets dumped out.
Mm-hmm. LA Knight, Punk, Cody, McIntyre.
Can I just say for the record here, Nia Jax, despite all her flaws that she had before, is still slept on. Like, she's come back bigger, better, bolder. Like, she 100% has come back as what she was supposed to be all along.
You're supposed to hate Nia Jax. She's a consummate heel, and at the end of the day, I thought she was great in NXT. If you don't have a Nia Jax in NXT, you don't have a Bayley, you don't have an Alexa Bliss, you don't have Becky get over the way they did, because they needed a mountain to climb, and she was that figurative mountain.
Well, I mean,
maybe
literally what we're talking about right now is if you didn't have a Nia Jax on Monday Night Raw, you don't have the man Becky Lynch. It's the way that sometimes that shit happens. Of what, like, Christ, you don't have a Stone Cold Steve Austin without Jake the Snake Roberts or the double heel turn between him and Brett.
Mm-hmm. Right. Last time KJ bled, he said Molson sucks. LOL. And it was probably because I stepped on a broken piece of bottle. There's a piece here, there's a piece there. We're just putting the bottle back together.
Wait, what?
You
need me.
These predictions are getting bold. I predict Nia snacks. Don't we all, my guy? I can't hate on a snacker.
My whole
snacks on what?
What? Yeah, that's like what? They move what? All night long.
Let me see that. I'm sure if Becky and Nia face each other right now, I think Nia wins, which feuds.
Am I the only one that thinks that this looks like, if you're playing Mario Party and you land on a Bowser space right now, like this is Mario fucking having to deal with Bowser right now? Of like, don't steal my star.
Bowser versus Peach.
Well, no, if it's Jack Black, he might just be singing sweet love songs. That Otis is fucking Bowser. Or
look, she's begging for it.
Otis is Jack Black. That's the more fitting description. Oh, she's telling her to hit her. Come on, do it.
I like that. You need this more than I do. Last time I broke your face, you got over. I'm not doing it.
But that's what I'm saying. Love her or hate her, she's making the best out of what she's got. She's making the best out of her opportunities. She's become a fucking star. Again, like, she is what she is. And the people that are mad at her, she's unsafe. And again, kind of like Punk, if they were as bad as people think they were or are, they wouldn't be in the company, period. Look at Ryback. This man's trying not to retire, and people are telling him to retire.
I don't see him. I can't find that motherfucker.
Either you're an idiot or you did that on purpose. I'm a fucking idiot.
Best ever. And then he says, I'm an idiot.
All right.
Nia Jax looks warm in the wintertime.
I like Cody. What?
Sorry, that's a good one, JV.
What in the name of fucking Tauntaun shit was that? This is not the fucking. This is not Endor. This is not Hoth.
Right. Raw is fire tonight, says Eric. I like it.
I like Cody out here saying, well, you certainly can't finish, let alone start two stories at the same time. Does Cody get pushed by the wayside?
I don't
once again.
No, were you here when so I theorize Cody gets to the final two of the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
He isn't successful. Punk gets that moment, right? Because Punk standing there pointing at the WrestleMania logo gets way more clicks than anybody on the planet. So yeah. I think that's why Punk wins. But then Punk's down. Then you get a sad, depressed Cody of, I don't know. I thought I was going to write this story. I don't know what I'm going to do. and then it gets brought to his attention, well, go to the Elimination Chamber. You win it, you get your shot. And that's how you get the other side of that story.
I see what you're saying, but from the other side of that, as I've got Imperium coming out right now, from the other side of that, if you're Roman versus Cody versus Seth versus Punk or vice versa, does the Cody story not feel like the consolation prize?
I don't think so, especially going. It's funny because
Punk coming out, Punk's going to be the main event of a WrestleMania, and that's not your biggest fucking talking point.
Irony though, because Seth's title is the consolation title, so there you go.
Roman, you have the consolation winner in Cody taking on the consolation champion, and
he'd be taking tribal
chief taking on.
He'd be
right, you can have
Roman.
that. I'm saying, are you asking what I want? Give me Punk versus Roman, because if he wins the Rumble, he can go at either.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm saying it feels more like a consolation of I chose the consolation title over your title, the tribal chief.
But that's where they've elevated this title, and for Punk to come out and say that's the matchup I want, that's the belt I want, that to me doesn't feel like he's settling for the consolation. He's picked his target. He's going to win the belt that he's never won. It puts it over. It's strong. Plus, you get a deflated Cody of like, my story's done. And for a couple of weeks, we think Cody's fucked. Like, Cody's will not complete his story. Can you believe it?
But then arguably what could be, should be, might be what has been probably advertised already as your main event of night 2 of WrestleMania of Cody versus Roman. He was handicapped because now not only did the Rumble winner not pick that, he picked the other title over it, but now the fucking consolation winner is the one challenging for it.
Yeah, I don't think Roman being involved in the main event of anything, as even against Cody or whoever, I mean, even if it's not one of the two, to me, it doesn't feel consolation at all. He's the main event of main events, regardless of who's in the company. So, yeah, it doesn't feel consolation to me at all.
CM Punk versus Seth does not feel like a bigger thing coming off of a Rumble win and all of that. And especially if this is the first time they've touched. Right. No, hear me out. That doesn't feel then bigger than Cody versus Seth, Roman Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
It feels like two huge main events with two huge stories. I don't think one feels bigger than. I think they're perfectly placed. I think they both resonate. They both make sense. Cody's story is huge. Over a year in the making for Cody. I don't think anyone's going to go, I don't care about this Cody match because we're getting Punk on night 1. That's just the nature. No matter what, whenever you have a 2-night pay-per-view, there's always going to be that comparable. But Punk choosing Seth for his personal reasons doesn't lessen. Oh, well, he's taking the consolation one. No, I think it really makes it strong because there's more than just winning. It's not only do I want to win, I want to beat that guy.
No, I'm not saying that it makes that match a consolation. I think because he doesn't go after Roman, that it makes Roman's match.
Roman's belt will never feel like a consolation prize, no matter like the way. No,
if you run it back with Cody and Roman, you've got to make that compelling. You got to make that really fucking compelling to go against Cody and Seth.
Yeah, but I mean, with the night 2 main event, I think that it's over a year in the making. You talk about long-term storytelling. I personally don't feel like any less of. That's kind of, I think, a cool way to work it out. Now, again, it might not work out that way, but I mean, Cody versus Roman on night 2, Seth versus Punk night 1. I think that is just beautiful, and I don't feel Roman has to fight the secondary guy. I don't. Because you've put personal side feelings into this.
Well, I think everything that we're praising the Punk Rollins match, I guess, is why I think that the Cody Roman match, if that's what we get, will feel like should have been almost the main event of night 1 versus the more personal vendetta. Because what right now between Cody and Roman, outside of
nothing
Cody needs to finish his story, feels personal. Well, that's what I'm saying. They need
but it is personal. It's been personal. This is the guy that's been stomping on Cody's head for, he ended the story.
It feels more personal right now. Cody versus...
Right now, but where are we going to be in a month? Where are we going to be in 2 months? That's what my question is. Where's the build going?
I never said that they didn't need to build to it.
That's why I map out a build towards that. And again, Cody going, I need to take on, I'm done. I'm out. My story's never going to be I'm never going to write this story. I'm never going to finish it. What am I going to do? Well, you get one more chance, young hero. Get in the Elimination Chamber. Now you have a chance to finish that story all over again.
You make a deal with the devil and you make a handshake with Paul Heyman.
Maybe. That would surprise everybody.
Well, no, like I said, I agree with you that they could make it work, but they've got a lot of legwork.
They've already put in the legwork. They put over a year of legwork in, and everybody's like,
and it's cooled off. I can cook a fucking.
They wanted it
have something simmering on the fucking stove for years. If I turn the heat off, it's going to cool off.
It's simmering away, my guy. And when they turn that way, yeah, if those are the two main events, one doesn't. Like, I'm not thinking, oh shit. Well, it is the Miz. It is the Miz, guys, as their tag team partner, Cleveland's own.
Talk about the Browns.
Yeah, no shit. That's accurate.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns coming to the field.
Oh, well, as we've got David with the Browns colors there.
Right.
And we'll see what comes around is all brown.
The Miz has turned about as much as Big Show did during WWE tenure. I disagree, Dave. I'm sorry about that. He made one turn that none of us believed in. What?
I said I think the Miz might have turned more.
Well, I feel like the Miz only turned once, and we didn't believe he was going to do it. He had been a heel for so long.
You think in the entire time that the Miz has been in WWE, he's only turned babyface once?
No, in this, like, I was based on the question. Turning more than the Big Show. I don't think he's turned more than the Big Show. The Big Show turned fucking every week. Miz was a heel for like what, a decade?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just be picky.
Yeah, recency bias.
Punk versus Seth, night one match, no main event. LOL. English didn't.
Doing Are You How?
Yeah, night one, match one, no main event. Oh, they go first. Yeah, not happening.
No.
I still think it'd be hilarious that if Punk finally gets his main event, wins it, and then the cash in happens. That'd be like holy shit. Like, I think it's fucking amazing. There's always a loophole when you deal with the devil.
Right.
I'm with you, KJ. I think your booking works perfectly. Oh, look. Welcome back.
Boston, you would.
That's why I like Boston. He's very open-minded to...
Yeah, very open-minded.
KJ, Zoe Starks, Richard. Oh, number one. That's not a bad one. I just thought you were going to say something crazy of like, breaks her leg on the way to the ring. No, that's actually a good one.
Yeah, this man's just out here just championing Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks, number one fan.
She might be number one in the Rumble. I don't have an opinion on that at the moment.
Yeah, I think Rochambeau with that. I think it's more interesting of who wins the Women's Rumble versus number one or anything. Like, I think as much as we talk about with the Men's Rumble of how anybody theoretically could win it, like we've talked about Cody and Punk, arguably neither one of them could win it. Randy Orton could fucking win it for all we know.
Well, that's it. Like, that's what's amazing about it. We're just theorizing.
Right, but I'm saying when it comes to the Women's Rumble, the list gets a lot shorter.
It definitely gets shorter, but I think it's fuller than we've had in quite a while. Like, I'm picking Jade to win the Rumble as I sit here right now, and I'm adamant about that. But Sasha returns, maybe she's the favorite. Bayley maybe has a resurgence, maybe she can win it. You have, like you talked about, Belair winning it, and run back Belair and Rhea again. Maybe. I think. Yeah, it might be a little bit thinner, but that's kind of how it's been forever. But yeah, not as thin as it has been in the past. Like, I don't think we'll need as many Michelle McCools and fucking Alicia Fox is coming out, right? Like, I think there's actual talent that we can fill that ring with now. The Tiffany Epiphanies of the world.
Let's go. Well, sorry, I was, as you were saying all of that, I saw the Miz doing the, you have no marbles taunt right. From Major League. He was up on the turnbuckle. Yeah. I was like, let's go. The only time I've given about a sports team from Cleveland is Major League and Major League.
The Indians.
Right. Well, now
Ricky
they're the
Vaughn.
Guardians.
Oh yeah.
The only time is when I had, Charlie Sheen, Rick Vaughn can throw in
Wesley
wild
Snipes
ass
and everything else,
bitches. Yeah. All of
run
that.
the heater, Ricky. I'm picking DIY for two things. Miz and Gargano, they have home field advantage. Plus, I would love to see. Well, we see Imperium's kind of been mad at each other lately. So could this just they lose and it leads to more anger amongst them?
I still want Imperium. Stay strong. I know you want Ilya or Ilya show up and just be part of that and everything, but I think they stay strong. I think Giovanni's super slept on after even the tag match we had last week, where he's sitting there hitting springboard moonsaults and everything.
Yeah. This one's for you. And
What's up your butt, Jabu?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, bartender, Jabu needs a refill. Oh, God, I love that movie. The Cleveland Browns are little Dookie Stains.
You can have that
They
one.
hit the nail right on the head there, I guess. LeBron.
I'm gonna have to
Cleveland
fucking
now.
fall asleep watching Major League here. Well, and see, even when Moxley comes out, every time I hear "Wow, dang," that's all I can think of is the fucking the female owner in the box. God damn it, I hate that song.
Yeah, no, that's the best. Now I do it every time I see Mox, right?
Right.
I hate this fucking song. Anthony, my man, a returning Liv Morgan could win. I love that. I mean, that's out of left field, but she'd get such a big pop. And again, like little baby face Liv trying to go after Rhea could work. Super popular.
Yeah. Well, I think she's more much like even with the men's one, where you're going to get a good bit of these runs to where you think they're firing up, and then they all of a sudden just get yeeted out, and you're like, God damn it!
It's gonna be the year of the yeet. All rumble.
Yeah,
Yeet
versus yeah.
Oh no, how does the chat feel about that? Could you see? I mean, I know someone else brought up Alexa. I don't know how close Alexa would be to returning. I feel like she just had her baby like 3 weeks ago.
Who comes back quicker, Alexa or Carmella?
I feel like Carmella had her baby first. So I think
I feel weird talking about this.
But Liv is an interesting one. She's gonna get a huge pop when she returns. We also talked about, Mickey being in the Rumble. Maybe Triple H tries to get Beth Phoenix into the Rumble so she doesn't have to fight Nick Wayne's mom.
Has got it going on. No one wants.
Bash 8's putting himself in the Rumble. Attaboy, get in there. We'll be here cheering you on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good on, lad. You're entering at number -1.
I think WWE is in a good spot. There are multiple home run possibilities for winners of the Rumble, especially good pivots if injuries pop. Yeah, the plethora. I mean, Sammy could be back for the Rumble. We don't know. KO should be in the Rumble. There's so much shit going on.
Well, you've said depth constantly and be greedy. I've said it's a wealth of riches. You have a fucking treasure chest of fucking over talent here. So it's literally, there's almost no way you can go wrong.
Big tag to Johnny. Decent pop. But I agree with you, James, completely, man. It's a good time. And I know people get stuck on thoughts of things of, this used to suck, so it must still suck. But if you give it a chance tonight, last week, we're seeing improvement. We're seeing better shows.
Right. Sorry, Anthony, this made me pop. Of the fact that Nick rolled his eyes at Liv Morgan saddens me. You caught that, huh? You caught that. You caught the tater. You caught that.
Yeah. You rolled your eyes at like all 5 of them. You're like, none of these.
It's been documented. I have the problem. I have a terrible poker face.
You're right. You gotta know when to hold
them. I don't know when to fold them.
But I mean, I'm taking Jade to surprise the world. Strap a rocket to her and shock the world.
Do you get the backlash though of what have you done and you just show up and win?
Maybe, but that's tough shit. Like again,
what in the name of Vince McMahon? Fuck him was that?
I don't think Triple H is booking on like, well, people might not like this. Like, I think they're, again, if they have a plan, it could work. It's a bold one. It's a bold one. Man.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy. Let's see how it plays out for him.
Right.
Titans 10, Dolphins 10. Let's go. I haven't checked my score yet, but hopefully I'm still winning.
Yeah.
I am into biography movies, also known as documentaries or biopics or
my fantasy team's still putting up points, and they could have taken the night off.
Humble works well on you, sir. I see.
Oh.
It suits you well.
Yeah.
Could we get Braun Strowman at the Rumble? Kyle, we could. I don't think he wins.
I don't think he wins either, but man, that'd be a big return.
Boston Crab from Gunther on the Miz. Well, Braun's even come back and said, when I come back, I'm not just coming back for me, I'm coming back for him too. Talking about Bray.
That'd be interesting. I love the options. I love all the options.
Liv Morgan has cakes, more like cupcakes, maybe muffins.
Cupcakes.
Yeah. Well, you're Canadian, so Timbits. She has Timbits.
I like that. Well played.
See, I know how to play to the Canadian audience.
There you go.
I know things.
Wow, Miz strapping on the figure 4.
What in the name of Woo Energy is happening right now on Monday Night Raw? Is Gunther going to tap out to the figure 4?
No.
I don't know. He's wailing away.
The Gargano Express. Or Escape.
Yeah, the Gargano Escape, which, by the way, you could very clearly see Ludwig set up for that. Ludwig looks like he's already tapping.
Oh, Eichner with the save.
Again, though, he hits a good fucking move. He hits a fucking cross-ring springboard elbow drop after last week. He sits there and hits a slingshot moonsault. Skull Crusher finale. Fuck. He's going to be the one that takes the pinfall.
Hey. Poor Eichner. Poor fucking Eichner.
Giovanni, what have you done to my boy?
There you go.
He's going to take the pin, and then they're all going to blame him, even though they were just about to tap out until he saved their ass.
I almost feel like this should be a heel faction. Fuck the babyface nonsense.
Well, put him in a mega faction with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Yeah,
just call them the D-bags.
the Way 2.0.
The Nation of Dusha Nation.
I'm assuming Omos will be in the Rumble. We always need a big guy who takes like 5 people to lift over the ropes. He might be. I don't know
when have we seen Omos?
Yeah. I don't know if Triple H feels the same about Omos as Vince did.
Right. But so next week we are getting the Judgment Day versus the Creed Brothers for the undisputed tag titles, and we're also getting Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Katana Chance and Caden Carter for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. So we got a tag team Monday Night Raw player. Holla, holla, holla.
Mm-hmm.
From fucking Des Moines, Iowa. Boy, howdy. If we were wondering how hot and heavy and passionate Cleveland, Ohio was. I mean, shout out Slipknot, but we're going.
That's why I went like this right away. I was like, then the devil and I.
Step inside. See the WWE and I.
Let's go. As Shinsuke coming out to the ring.
Oh, fuck.
Look at that. Carlton, if you were 5-0 on the weekend, you would have won the title.
It's not unusual to be wrong with what you say.
Miz for Mayor of Cleveland. Yeah, Miz got one of the bigger pops tonight.
Can anyone tell me the name of the Mayor of Cleveland and how he's probably not the Miz?
No. Yeah. Is it Mayor Adam West? No. Shit.
Fuck. That one got me.
Mary McCheese? I don't know.
Grimace.
Someone's going to Google it and tell us. This match about to be given time. Yeah, lots of time on the clock as the main event rolling out. So we will see what happens here. As Nikita Lyons returning tomorrow. There is a God. Yes!
You again broke me again back to back there with there is a God. Yes, Nikita Lyons.
Double layer cake.
Triple layer, 100%. But it shows you again. Think about how we've talked about, we've bigged up NXT's women's division, and we haven't had Nikita Lyons, we haven't had Cora Jade, we haven't had this, that, and the third. We haven't had a Sol Ruka that have all been sitting out on the sidelines.
Sol Ruka. Yeah, what? Yeah, I know they've had injuries.
I was like, man.
That's every time I hear that name is Sol Ruka.
Oh no! When you said, yeah, what? I thought you missed my entire point. So that's what I was like,
no, not at all. Justin Bieber is the mayor of Cleveland.
Justin Bibb.
Yeah, I saw that.
That sounds like a fucking Cleveland ass name. No disrespect. We've done nothing but somehow just talk nothing but trash about the city of Cleveland tonight. We can never do a live event, go to a live show in Cleveland, and somebody's going to be like, you want to fight?
Is it like Hormel chili or whatever that they were talking about on AEW when they were in Cleveland? What is
you're thinking of Cincinnati and you're talking about Skyline chili.
Skyline. All right. It's still Ohio, right?
Yeah. Ohio. Oh, well, then you got to know Ohio State football with the OHIO.
Is the next?
I don't know how you had to make me the representative for Ohio tonight, but sure.
I don't think you are.
Well, no, I'm having to explain to you of Skyline chili and
you're more American than I am, so I just asking questions.
Yeah.
It's next week. Be the final Raw 2023. I don't know what they're doing on the last one, but probably yeah.
No, that will.
SmackDown's being taped this week.
I think it would be, I don't know the full calendar off the top of my head because I know the Christmas edition will be just a best of. So I assume probably
it would be
pretty much from that SmackDown before, the day before Christmas Eve, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. We will not be here.
That's right. No, I don't even know if that's right. Yeah, absolutely. I think that Friday they're taping the 22nd edition of SmackDown after SmackDown is live on Friday. So that will be done. The best of on the 25th. And then if you jump the calendar 7 days, you're out of the year. So yeah, we're pretty much there, folks.
There we go. Well, speaking out of the year, I'll be out of here.
There you go. Rumble and do a Florida State storyline with them. Oh, I should have read the whole thing. WWE should leave the major name out of the Royal Rumble and do a Florida State storyline with them. Okay. Interesting. Break 10. We got at least two more. Cora Jade returns to NXT tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. I guess we'll find out what that means. I'm not sure about her getting like just words. Anyway, Cora Jade's back. Nikita Lyons is back. Blair Davenport is your number one contender. Trick Williams is your number one contender, but Carmelo's still acting shady. We got Brian Pillman Jr. coming off a loss. We'll see what that means for him. NXT should be a fun one tomorrow. As we're getting a replay of CM Punk and his confrontation, his signing and confrontation between him and Seth. Did y'all see Nikita Lyons in the beach wearing her bikini kick moves? I did. It's facts. It happened. We haven't had Wendy Chu either. I'm surprised actually, and I know she hasn't been released. So I'm wondering if they're just give it time. I mean, NXT is a great place. They need to reintroduce her with with something better. So I'm looking forward to Wendy coming back. I think she's highly talented. I think she did a pretty good job making you know, some chicken salad out of some chicken shit for a while there. But yeah, I'm hoping she comes back and she just gets to wrestle and be solid. No more sleepy gimmick. What do you see? Here's one for you. What if Cora Jade gets dumped by AJ Lee in the Rumble? That'd be interesting. I don't know how we get there. AJ Lee showing him the Rumble would be really cool, though. As Miz back in the face of Gunther. You are a pain in my ass. Yeah, she's still hurt. Oh, she got to be close. Cody for the win. The late Jerry Springer was once. Yeah, that's facts. I at least know that much. I feel like Sandy Koufax right now going for a no-hitter. There you go, Christian. Interesting. Nakamura still in the ring. They shoot in Cleveland. Don't go to Cleveland. Is that really just Cleveland? Welcome to Cleveland, the place where Tim Anderson got knocked out by Jose Ramirez. Cincinnati has Pillman. Facts. There you go. There you go. Too bad NXT's not in Cincinnati tomorrow. And here comes Homelander. I mean, Cody Rhodes. So I will take your predictions on this one, folks. Who you got? Who you taking? Who do you want? KJ, what do you think of Blair Davenport winning the Iron Survivor match? I like it. Blair's good. She took a couple L's. Like, she helped put over Roxy in their rivalry. She lost to somebody else not too long ago as well. I think Blair was due. I think she's a really good heel, especially when you got Bird Lady. You know, they're trying to push Valkyria as, you know, kind of a squeaky clean, you know, solid baby face. So I think Blair will do well to help put her over. I don't know that she beats Lyra Valkyria, but I think it's a good rivalry to get going. So I like it. I picked Blair for the win. So that was one of my few points. Rhodes for the win. I know I'm going to get crucified. Yeah, there you go for this, but I'd rather take Liv Morgan. I'm not debating that. I will just say there's lots of desserts lots of desserts in the buffet, my guy. I think Miz deserves to win the IC belt. You know, Mega, I hate to kind of agree with you, but you got me leaning that way. You got me thinking, could he do it? On the way, our freedom. Sorry, I'm just peeking in at the. See how Miami's doing. Down by. This is not a good day for Miami. Can CM Punk still hang with Rollins? No. So here's the interesting thing. I don't believe so. Now, Punk can prove me wrong, but what I saw of Punk in ring in AEW, I do not believe. Seth is one of the best wrestlers in the world, one of the best workers in the world. His work rate is off the chart. He's outstanding. Everybody talks constantly about the CrossFit. So yeah, I think they're intelligent enough to put together a match that looks like it's great. Is Punk terrible? No. Is Punk a slouch? Probably not. But Punk is older Punk. He's not the Punk of 20 years ago. So, yes, Rollins is at that level, but they're both so intelligent with what they are doing that it works. It will work, I believe. Miz and Gunther title eliminator match. LOL. TK must be loving this. Oh, money. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't. I don't like when the champion loses to get a shot at the champion. Because why do I got to beat him twice? Right? It's still dumb to me. Imagine if you had eliminators in like a UFC, right? Knock out the champion. You got to do it again in 3 months. I think Miz deserves, got that one. Gunther and the Miz at WWE Royal Rumble 2024. Quite possible. Quite possible. I hope for something a little bit better. Sorry, Miz. CM Punk should join New Day and blow Xavier's horn. Pause. I don't think he should do any of that. Cody Rhodes for the win. Christian going for it. I don't know if we get a winner here tonight. I don't know. I'm curious. Cody has this one versus Labarca Naka. I like it. I like it. I like it, Larry. Cody wins. Is anybody taking Nakamura for the surprise? I want to see Nakamura in a group with AOP. Just take the Seth spot? Maybe. The WWE WrestleMania NXT, it's not coming already. I have no idea what that means or what you were trying to say there, my friend. KJ, could this be the main event lead to something after, or is it just going to bring back be a banging match? The night goes off the air with Seth Rollins and CM Punk fighting in the back, maybe even in CM Punk's dressing room, just to add a little bit of twist to it. Let's go for that. This match goes, we got to finish whatever it is, and then they clip to the back. Oh my God, a fight has broken out. CM Punk and Seth Rollins are at it. But truthfully, somebody said earlier, I don't think they should touch. I kind of agree with that. So that'd be a bit of a Hail Mary. Seth can have a match with a broomstick. Yeah, that's the thing about Seth, right? And I think that's one of the differences. Like WWE knows what they're working with, and they play to that. And again, we've seen guys like AJ Styles as he's gotten older. He's not the same AJ Styles, but they put the match together where it's still entertaining, it's still interesting, it's still a good match. But you have to adjust. Where I think sometimes with AEW, it doesn't matter how old you are, young you are, if you are who you used to be. You know, we see it all the time. I love picking on him, but Jericho, instead of catering to the match to where Jericho's caliber is now, Jericho's got to go in there for 20 minutes and be doing flips off the top and trying to keep up with Bandito and Commander. And it doesn't make any sense. You got to play to who you have in the ring, what your current talent level is, and you can still pull off a really good match doing that. And that's what I think when Punk went to AEW, he wanted to be just like all the other boys. Like he wanted to do the buckshot lariats. He wanted to do the big spots to show he can, like the Daniel Bryan did it. Others who have gone over, like they want to show they can still do it. The WWE is a little more intelligent in that way when they put it together, in my opinion. What did Money say? Yeah, I got that one. He has marbles. Yeah, I still don't love beating the champion for each title shot, but The Miz made us think it could happen at Survivor Series. So let's run it back, see what happens. I don't know. Drew will interfere. But Drew's got a match coming up with with Seth in a couple weeks. So I don't know how that plays out for me. And if anyone's wondering, we are in commercial break. I think it's commercial break number 9. I think that's what we talked about. Or 10. The Giants are winning against Green Bay, and the Titans are winning against Dolphins. What is happening on Monday night? That's a hell of a replay, though. I know it's rehashed of the Austin angle, but it's the 10-year law. Yeah, fair enough. G-Men, let's go. Don't hear that very often, but I'll accept it. I'm in a good mood. Did they get a touchdown? First and goal. It doesn't make sense that Jericho is now partnering with Kenny to form the Golden Jets. Again, Kenny is just the latest guy on a long, long list of people that Jericho has latched onto. I think Kenny Omega is better than this. I think Kenny Omega should be in marquee matches. Kenny Omega should be booked like a main eventer. You got to have talent that feels a level above the rest of the talent. And I think that's one of the trouble one of the troubling things about AEW is everyone just feels mushed together. It doesn't matter if you're a Wheeler Yuta, a Daniel Garcia, or a Daniel Bryan, or a Kenny Omega, or a Jericho. You're all just kind of lumped in the same group. There should be some type of hierarchy. It should feel more like a hierarchy in all the divisions. And that's what they're talking about right now on Raw as we come back from commercial break. Could Cody win back-to-back Royal Rumbles? Could that be part of his story? And I mean, if I flip my own theory on my head, or its head, if Cody does win the Rumble, then there's still that wired in hatred between Punk and Seth that could spark something, the Monday after the Rumble, So there is multiple ways to get to the same conclusion. Nakamura going for a submission. Good match. What if Drew attacks Cody to end Raw? I'd be surprised. Just because they announced that Drew will be fighting Seth, I don't know that. I mean, maybe he attacks him and then announces he's going to be in the Rumble. Tyreek Hill. Don't worry about Tyreek is back. Finns are about to score. All I saw, I don't know who that was. Was it Tyreek that just pole vaulted a human being? Treated him like a hurdle. There is a hierarchy, KJ. It's MJF and everybody else. Facts, my guy. A little bit, right? Like a little bit. And that's what I think you need. You need to define that tier, right? Like who are you working up towards? Who's climbing the ladder? It's in not just. It's in all sports. There's standings for a reason. It's in business. You're always trying to climb the ladder. And I think that, that kind of definitive clarity between babyface, heel, who's where, you put Daniel, I don't know why I'm picking on Daniel. Pick somebody else. Dante Martin gets a match with a Moxley. They go 15, 20 minutes. To me, it doesn't lend well. We saw Maxxine get a match against Rhea tonight. 3 minutes. 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Get that fucking shit out of here. And that's what should happen. Like, there is that much of a gap between your lower level talent and the champion. They don't go 10 minutes to make Maxxine feel good. That's not what we're here to do. Oh, dragon screw over the rope as Nakamura tries to get back in the ring. Ouch. What if Punk switches and takes out Cody? He's here for the money. Hey, do it. Do it. I mean, that's one of the beauties about the Royal Rumble is what if it did come down to a Cody and Cody and Punk? Then they are going to have to turn on each other at some point. I do like what we're heading towards in the next few weeks. Like, it's not that far away, guys. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? This calendar is about to turn to 2023. Sorry, from 2023 to 2024. Please don't go back to this one. And we're right in it. We're in the thick of it. Rumble's not far away. Elimination Chamber's right behind it. I'm super excited for this chamber because it is in Australia. So I think they're going to go bigger and bolder than usual. And then you get Mania. Like we're right there, and it's going to be fun. And so much is yet to be answered. It's possible. I think once the happiness of, oh my God, Punk's back kind of settles down, there is an opportunity to turn Punk heel. There really is. Because he works well as a heel. You just got to find the right guy for him to pick on. Cody might be it. But truthfully, I kind of want Cody and Randy. Wow, huge tope. And Cody just bounced off the barricade as well. That was all impact as we go back to a commercial. Whew. Listen, WWE, they really do hurt their own matches. I like the match we're getting. Just commercial, couple things, commercial, couple things, commercial. So, yeah, it's, imagine, mid-play, you're watching football, you're watching hockey, and mid-play, they go to commercial break, and you got to, come back and find out what happened. I don't love it. Again, we bitch about the commercials all the time. I believe This is commercial break number 11. Cody Sudacida. I called it a tope Rhodes. If only we had a billionaire wrestling owner that liked women. Well, I think Tony's issue is he doesn't feel comfortable around the ladies. He doesn't know how to talk to them. He's shy, you know. But I think Tony likes the ladies. I just don't know. I don't think he knows what to do with them or how. Again, he used a lot of talent that was a little bit on the green side. You know, talent. Even people say, "Well, Britt Baker was really good," or this one. Yeah, but he didn't lean on the veterans. He didn't lean on the better talent because then you would get better matches. No, we got the Bunny versus Anna Jay versus Taya in a fight or Ty in a fucking street fight, and that wasn't helping the division. You needed to find ways to push that division better. And I think when it wasn't moving the crowd, when it wasn't moving ratings, when it was killing ratings, Tony blamed the women and booked them less. It's not fair to the women. It was the positions you put them in. Everybody remembers a couple months ago where a fan kind of went viral because that sign of book the women better. And we got 3 straight shows with the women in the main event spot. To Tony, that was booking them better. See, I put them in the main event. That is not booking them better. You put them in the main event after a street fight, and pretty much everybody tuned out because we knew who was going to win the match. It wasn't an exciting match. You didn't book them better. You didn't angle them better. You didn't give us something to give a fuck about. And that's been the downfall for Tony is the women's division requires storyline, requires real storytelling, and he can't do it. It's easier to take 2 of the men, no offense, but the facts are the facts. But you can take a Daniel Bryan and name a person, throw them in the ring with no build, no nothing. We're doing it with the Continental Classic. The women need some story. They need some storytelling, and it just lacks. It's not there. This commercial rolls on. I was at the Iron Claw premiere, movie spoiler, all the main characters. David. Oh, David, that's funny, kind of dark, but I'm looking forward to seeing it, Dave. I really am. So if you actually did see it, I hope it was good. What's Sasha get a bigger reaction at return? What's Sasha get a bigger reaction at return? Or you mean at WrestleMania or Rumble? Will Sasha get a bigger pop? Depends on circumstance. I think she'll get a big pop either way. I just like the Rumble. I'm such a sucker for a surprise pop. Like when they do it right, and you look at the past moments we've had where you really caught us by surprise. Not that WrestleMania can't do that. I'm a bit of a sucker for a good Rumble. Pause. That's if they can bring back the TV 14A. I don't know what that's referring to. If only you got that one. We are back from commercial. Trevor, welcome to the 4 Lifers. Welcome. And Nick and I are working on some members only streams. We're going to do some fun stuff. We might talk not wrestling for members only. So, but we greatly appreciate all of our members. It's really cool that people sign up for that. It means a lot to us. Then he runs and buries his head in the customer's chest. I don't know what was before that. Would Brock daughter be huge for WWE? At some point, and she'd almost have to be instantly a Heyman girl. Damn, big power slam by Cody. Good match, folks. Is that true? Mansoor's going to GCW? Holy shit. I didn't see that yet, Bonkers. That's awesome. I'm really curious. As Nakamura grabs the sleeper. AW with the pick by pick. Pretty much. DMT was the best AEW Women's Champion, in my opinion. Yeah, I would argue. I mean, it's hard to take anything away from Britt. There was a time where when we were doing these streams and she was kind of at the height of her popularity, she just felt like a star. She felt so much bigger than everybody else in the AEW women's division. Even when they brought in some names, Britt, just her entrance, her attitude, her swagger. But to me, that was it. Like, I thought when she hurt herself, remember when she stayed on TV and she was fucking around with like swole and shit? To me, she stayed relevant even though she couldn't wrestle. And there was story behind it because you had to tell a story. You couldn't give a match. That was her best. And then it built to other things. Her and Thunder Rosa was outstanding, which I don't know if we'll ever get that again, which is unfortunate. But Britt, you can't take anything away from Britt. She had that belt for a long time. And to me, that belt's been pretty relevant since she's had it. And that's no offense to Thunder Rosa or any of the other women that's had that belt, but it hasn't felt relevant in a long time. Raw and panties match. The good old days. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. No, thank you again, Trevor. As bionic elbow. Love it. We got a little bit of Dusty up in the house. So we start talking to Cody Rhodes. Richard, stop it. Stop it. The AEW's women's division was behind the men from the beginning. Just the fact alone that besides Kong, everyone they brought in the beginning was pretty much unknown, even to the hardcore fans. 100%. You're not wrong at all, my guy. I think that is incumbent on the booker, on the... Oh, wait. Oh, go over Crossroads. Missed! DQ. Lots of time on the clock. But we're getting the DQ. Nakamura says, I've had enough of this shit. And just mauling, as Michael Cole points out. Yeah, I think you had to develop that talent. You had to work on them. You had to give them, time with QT. They had to go spend time at the Nightmare Factory. I like that Nakamura pokes his throat. See, Money's a new member. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Big right hand from Cody. Swinging at the air, and Nakamura just picking him apart. Blindfold match next week. No, I'm just kidding. I made that up. Yeah, Mansour? Yes. Mansour to GCW. Yeah, no, we appreciate it, Trevor. And one big family. We love this, man. It's crazy. Rock's daughter versus Rock's daughter, a la Lesnar Johnson. Yeah, WrestleMania 30. Let's see, where are we at? 40. So we'll go WrestleMania 48. Here come the Creed brothers. Interesting. I'm telling you, the Creed brothers are going to win. You're looking at your new tag team champion some point. Still a few minutes left on the clock, so I'm curious what happens here. When is Thunder Rosa going to be back? Is she still injured? The Thunder Rosa thing's been a bit of a mystery. She's still doing the commentary stuff. I know she's been working hard. I guess it's been her back, and I know. But how do you guys feel about the Creed brothers saving the day? The good old days where the good guys hung out and protected the good guys. The bad guys hung out and protected the bad guys. You didn't have to be friends. But I honestly think the Creed brothers are going to be your new tag team champions soon. Brock's daughters. Yes. And you don't need Maury to figure out that's Brock's daughter. Role model Britt in the wheelchair really got her over. What have they done to her career? Yeah, like that. She was great. She was fucking awesome. Role model Britt, and again, she couldn't wrestle, so they had to tell a story. Then when she could start wrestling again, it just kind of fell by the wayside. And then you get a match of Britt and somebody, even if it's a Britt and somebody you want to see, they have a clunky match because they don't have that familiarity with each other. So you don't get the best of matches. Or she's in the match with somebody uber green as Nakamura's back. Kinshasa! Know what? WWE record I don't think will ever be broken just because the guys aren't called up as young anymore. Randy's record of youngest world champion in WWE. It's going to be a tough one to beat. It really is. But I never say never. But yeah, we're going off the air. Cody's in distress. Nakamura's walking off. No big brawl in the back like I hoped for. I'm just kidding. But that is the end of Raw. Yeah, you did call that, my guy. What else we got? Referee was hit. Residual blowback. 6-0, 6-0, 6-0, 6-0. Rhodes won by DQ. Like with most of the men that were brought into the beginning, they had a reputation and following already. Britt and Penelope Ford were the only ones besides Kong I had any familiarity with. Yeah, and again, I think I kind of touched on that. It's just a matter of you got to develop that talent. And there is talent there. You did have a Jade, you have a Statlander, but the way it's booked, it's just too disconnected. Build good stories, and people will tune in to watch the wrestling. As it turns to World's Strongest Man competition. There you go, folks. 6-0. We will take your rating out of 10 before I pack it in and call it a night. But I want to see how Punk and Seth interact together off camera so bad. I picture them having a picnic and giggling about the shitstorm on social media over them. Yeah, listen, if anybody thinks that they haven't gotten a room with Trips probably and had a conversation and listen, I'm the new me. I truly am. I really want to do well. I think this is going to be a barn burner. Seth goes, I get it, man. We're going to do this. I'm going to call you all the things that everyone else is thinking. We're good. And I could picture them in the back, high-fiving. Like, oh, good. That was a good one. I really do believe. And I said from day one with all the bullshit around Punk for 2 years now, you have to turn it into money. It finally got turned into money and not C money, but got turned into money. And it was unfortunately for the WWE, not AEW. There was an opportunity there for AEW to do this with Punk, and it just never came to be. 10 out of 10. Eric loved it. The Creed brothers are the best tag team on Raw. Wow, right to the top, says Easy Bake. They're good. They got a huge, bright future. But them coming out to help Cody, I don't mind it. They're the good guys, right? Peachy Key. Then there is your up and coming young tag team that the fans are just getting to know, saving one of the favorites in the whole company. To me, it works very well. I'm okay with it. Nakamura might find a home in the Judgment Day. I don't see that happening, guys. I honestly think that the Judgment Day is closer to the end than adding and continuing. Creed brothers save everybody. I'm with you, Tyrell. With Thunder Rosa having a daughter probably is the best for her to stay put out of the ring if her back is that bad. I don't know. I like Thunder Rosa. I think she's great. I think she's a great personality. Seems like a really great, genuine person. I don't know how many times I can say great. I feel like Tony Khan. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think there's an opportunity there. I hope she's okay. I mean, quality of life is more important than entertaining, us wrestling fans, especially for those who don't appreciate it. Finally, 6-0 after 7 attempts. I finally got some wins. There you go. Good, Christian. It makes me happy to hear that. Could you see Luke Lesnar in WWE one day? I mean, listen, we could get Shane McMahon's kid. We could get Luke Lesnar. We can get his daughter. That's the generational thing that has been created. And again, she's already proven to be a great collegiate athlete. Now, some of these, some of these offspring aren't going to want to be in their parents' shadow, but some will. We will see. Like, we're still trying to figure out Ava, and that's a huge shadow for that girl to be in. And she's not a natural the way her father is. At least I haven't seen it yet. So that makes it a little bit more of a battle. 8.5 out of 10 from Boston. 8 out of 10. I feel like this is the ending where Nick would be like, oh, I didn't like that ending. I have a feeling I got to ask him tomorrow. I'm curious how he felt about that. One of Shane's kids might break Randy's record. Now, that would be interesting. 8.5. The Truth Official. What if Brock's daughter teams up with Brock's daughter, the Brock and Rock connection, and Mick Foley's daughter? I think she might have missed her. That might have passed her by. And they call it the Rock and Sock and Brock connection. I knew where you were going before you got there, but yeah, adorable. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I'm with you guys. I think I'm gonna go with solid 8 tonight. Yeah, there was a couple things I didn't love. The ending was a little bit a little bit okay. And again, we kind of expected it. You're still building this Cody Nakamura story, fine. But it just kind of, we kind of cruised to the finish line. So I thought the match was good, though. I think it's building and it's going somewhere. Your marquee, one of your marquee baby faces, and you gotta love what they're doing with Nakamura. You have no choice. Was there just a fumble? Miami takes over on the 6th? What just happened? 13-13, and did Miami just recover a fumble on the 6-yard line? 8 out of 10. Money, rock'em sock'em, brock'em. Larry, nice. I'm a little surprised Shinsuke didn't swallow the mist when he was about to get the crossroads. There's a whole bunch of jokes in there, AJ, but let them write themselves. See you, fam, tomorrow. Yes, folks, I'm going to make last call on this. Shut her down on behalf of Big Nick and I. Don't forget, I know it's not up yet, but it will be. Luna Havoc's back. I think she's at WrestleMania 14. That girl is an absolute trooper going through all of these WrestleManias every week. So I'm pretty sure it's 14 this week. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be a fun one. Actually, is it 15 this week? We'll find out. I'm sure one of you all know. 8 out of 10. Puff, puff, pass. Later. That's the idea. Creed's better have my back when I get in trouble. Yeah, no shit, right? 10 out of 10. Punk and Rollins segment was the highlight. Yeah, I mean, Carlton, I agree with you. That Punk Seth, obviously, they killed it. 10 out of 10 is a little rough for me. I mean, we had some bumpy spots. The 3-minute squash match was what it was, but a little sloppy, little tweaks. It's hard to give a perfect. I'm very particular about giving out a 10. I do think too many promotions want to be on the top of the chase for the women's wrestling, and they don't even need it. AEW would have been just fine without a women's division. Well, Dave, bring that back another day. That's a debate for another day altogether. There's arguments for both, but I like the women's wrestling, and I think you see what the Impact has done. You see what Shawn Michaels is doing in NXT. You see what Triple H is trying to do on the main roster. Tony can do it. There's talent out there, and he's signed a lot of them. You got a lot of talent like Atea Valkyrie, Ruby Soho, Britt Baker. I'm not going to run through the whole list because it's late, but there is a lot of talent there that if they were booked, like you had Bunny for 4 years and she did nothing. Allie can wrestle. She is a talented woman, and you didn't do diddly squat with her, and that's unfortunate. 8 out of 10. I like it. Carlton, there to go. Yeah, Stardom is completely different. And maybe that's part of the idea. You do an offshoot, but I don't know. Creed Brothers once saved me 50% of our experience. Boston, go to bed. I give it a 10 because, yeah, there you go. Give yourself a 10, my guy. Pat yourself on the back. Little Lenny Paulthel for you. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Miami just took the lead. Yes. So it looks like Tennessee shot themselves in the foot. But I'm going to go stretch my legs and catch the end of this game. I'm curious how Big Nick's doing in the Nick and I think Smile Mark are battling it out right now in fantasy. So I'm really curious how that's going. I think Shin cost the Creeds next week for getting involved. Interesting. That's got a interesting take. How dare you? He pops up and missed one of them. Could be. Packers. I thought the Packers were going to win tonight. So shows you what I know. But with all that being said, folks, that is the end of the program. We thank you for blowing up this chat the way you guys do. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. And I know I wasn't the most humble of statements, but our stream on Saturday literally had more likes than the Impact stream that was on YouTube showing the pay-per-view. So not being braggadocious, we're amazed and humbled by it. So thank you for joining us. We're back tomorrow for NXT. Luna's going to be here tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you click the little bell. I'm going to be throwing up all the streams overnight. So thank you. And make sure you come back. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Big shout out to Big Nick, who I couldn't do this without. Luna, Anthony, we love you. And until then, and once I find this button, I will say once again, thank you. See you on the flip side, and good night.